Episode
600.
And there was much rejoicing.
Are you a boner guy?
Oh, I was a boner guy.
You know what? I miss penis.
What are you talking about?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Is it going to be absolutely riveting? Is it going to change your life by any stretch? Probably not, but it's going to be at least entertaining, okay?
By the way, for those people that are in the back, remember to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, asswipe, and suck my cock.
I've been dying to say that.
Cuz-a-roo. Slap-a-rooney.
It's showtime.
WATP.
WATP.
Hello, Rubbernecks and Cuzzaroos. Welcome to another episode of Who Are These Podcasts, the only show that gets better with age like milk. I'm your host, Carl. With me today, a man who has been involved in this show going all the way back to episode 542. It's Adam Busch. What's up, Adam?
I'm so happy to be here and have made the trek to Rochester just to spend this 600th episode with you. And as a New Yorker, I can attest, Rochester's a shithole.
Yes, but thank you for coming into town today to be here with us in studio. It's exciting to see you and smell your musk.
Thank you.
Producer Chris is here as well.
Hello.
Please go to whoarethese.com. That's where you have our email address, the voicemail number, the link to our subreddit, the link to our Discord server, the link to our merchandise, the link to our YouTube channel, and that link to Patreon and Supercast featuring 2 exclusive bonus episodes every month. We just dropped one yesterday, recorded it live yesterday, dropped it last night for the audio version. A lot of people on our Patreon get the RSS feed so they can just listen to the bonus shows in their podcast player, so you can get that. We had Brandon, formerly of Shitty Song of the Week, over, and we checked out a very old episode of Patrick Michael. Producer Chris was here.
Yes.
And it was riveting to hear Seamus McKillian back then.
Yes.
In his glory. He was doing characters. He's doing skits and sketches.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He hasn't been jaded yet.
Right. It was really good. We also broke down Tom Myers trying to make fun of us on his new morning stream. We'll talk about that more today. But I showed up in the chat and he got totally flustered and abandoned ship. So that was fun. That's all on the bonus show. Sign up, patreon.com. If you're on our YouTube, you want to become a member, you can gift a membership. We're celebrating 600 today. It's exciting. People are excited about it.
Happy anniversary,
I
Carl.
almost said we're doing it. Fuck me. Fucking Dabbleverse sucks so bad. So, yeah, if you're on our YouTube or Patreon, you get all the bonus stuff, and you get the links to the live shows that we do as well, so that you can watch these shows while they're happening. And, of course, on Wednesdays at 5:30 with our buddy Adam Busch co-hosting, we are live for everyone to check out on our YouTube channel. Hackamania is coming up May 9th through 11th. We'll be there live along with the Creep Off, This Little Piggy, Biggest Problem in the Universe, Nobody Likes Onions, Weird Medicine, Tukey Soup, all performing live podcast in Las Vegas, May 9th through 11th. Just go to hackamania.com and use the promo code WATP for 10% off. Also, we encourage our listeners, give us 5 stars wherever you review podcasts and then shit all over us in the comment section. We're celebrating today, Adam, and I'm excited to tell you. You know, we've talked about our super tip system, supertip.gg/WATP, and we have added a number of voices for the show tonight. Debuting tonight, you could be Adam Busch.
God damn it.
You could be Dick Masterson, Dr. Steve, E-Rock, Howard Stern, Jerry Banfield, Joe Matarese, Lisa Boswell, Rob Saul, and even Solar, the did sister from WATS.
Wow.
It's now available for you. So if you'd like to use AI voices to participate in the show, and we would appreciate that today, celebrating our 600th, just go to supertip.gg/WATP, and it's all there for you. Now, today, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to get to. I want to break down Steel Toe's boxing event that was a big deal just a few weeks ago, the February 22nd boxing tournament that he was in. And we had boots on the ground. We'll talk about that. Tom Myers, another embarrassing attempt at live streaming this morning. I want to talk about that. Pure Genuine is changing formats.
What?
I got a couple clips on that from Frenchie Hahn. We got to talk about Opie Radio continues to react to Anthony's new gig at WABC, and it's fantastic. Adam, I know, has a lot of thoughts on it. We've been going back and forth this week about it, so we have to get into that. We have tons of roast videos from both new and old contributors to WATP, faces we haven't seen in years. will be showing up. And of course, a lot of our friends that you see pretty regularly on the program. I've not watched any of them yet. So it's all going to be a surprise to me. I'm very excited about that. We have new song parodies. I've not listened to the song parodies yet. So I'm looking forward to that. If we have time, Armie Hammer is still trying to make a comeback, and he showed up on a podcast recently talking about eating people, and it's fun. It's fun stuff. But I'm going to start things a little differently today. I'm going to ease into stuff with you, if that's all right. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about Kevin Brennan getting pulled over on his way to Atlantic City and getting 4 tickets on the way over there. Now, I think Kevin was recording this in his car and he put out his version, but then a FOIA request got the body cam footage from the police, or at least the dash cam footage from the New Jersey police. And so have you seen any of this yet, Adam?
I have not. I'm very excited to.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to let it play, and I'm about a minute 20 in because it starts with the cop pulling him over and walking up. So now the discussion starts here. And Kevin Brennan is mentally ill. He's not doing this. I mean, I guess he's recording it, so maybe he thinks he's doing this for an audience. But this is a wild way to behave when you're an old man like Kevin.
The reason that I'm stopping is you're speeding 78 and a 55. Huh? That is terrible. Why are you doing that?
I'm in a hurry.
You're in a hurry?
That makes sense. I'm in a hurry. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so it starts off with a comedian getting pulled over, and I'm fine with all of that. Why are you going so fast? I'm in a hurry. What do you think? I mean, why else would you be driving fast? Obviously, officer. You've probably pulled people over for speeding before. I imagine you understand how this works. But then he starts getting into MAGA talk, and this gets really weird.
Huh? What's wrong with you? Why are you talking all this nonsense? Can I have your registration, please? You're spewing a whole bunch of nonsense right now.
Talking your language.
You're talking my language?
Yes.
Who are you? Why are you talking to me like that?
You have my license.
Why would you talk to me with such an attitude and saying some nonsense?
The cops on.
How are we?
You're all moderate. Let's moderate up.
Okay.
So Kevin is taking out some anger right now on this police officer, and it's going to get worse. But I think I'm starting to realize what's going on with KB, and I'm interested in your thoughts on this, both Chris and Adam. So KB feels very slighted in his life. He's got a very successful younger brother who's made it in show business, and Kevin's tried and had opportunities and potentials for sitcoms, as Adam knows. He was on the set, and other opportunities have come and gone. He didn't last very long on SNL. You don't have to go through the whole list. We all know what's going on here. So he hates the man. Whoever the man is, whoever is the person of authority, the establishment, whoever's representing that, he hates. So he hates this cop, and he's taking out that anger on this cop. And the reason why I say that is because he also took out this anger on my older brother. He's on his way to Atlantic City. He's going to confront my brother at the casino. And I think that goes back to what older brothers represent in his life.
Oh.
I think that there is a deep-seated thing where he's like, sees Grant, Carl, more successful podcaster than my brother. I'm not more successful in life. He's raised a family and has a wonderful family. But, he sees Grant as, he is the older brother and he hates me because I'm the younger brother. And he sees Grant, he's taking it out on him as if he's confronting Neil, something he can't do in his life. Anyway, a lot of analysis. It could be all psychobabble. I could be completely out of my mind with this. But watch as this goes on.
Okay, I don't know.
Tough guy.
What does that mean?
You're a tough guy. You're a cop. You got the gun. You got the lights. You're scared me. I'm scared. I'm petrified. Give me the ticket. Let's fucking go.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Good.
Okay.
Hurry. I'm in a hurry.
All right, so Kevin's saying, "Do you need a ticket? Let's go. I'm in a hurry." I have my buddy Johnny Furica on the Creep Off often. He's a former Rochester Police Department detective. and he gives us a lot of info when we watch these cop videos and stuff. Like, Kevin's asking for the most amount of tickets and fines possible by doing that. And I don't know if he thinks that makes him cool or tough. It seems like a really bad strategy to me when you're speeding and then you treat the cop like that. But we're about to see. This is the cop's taking his time.
A few minutes later.
Cop's taking his time here. By the way, thank you to my buddy Patrick Melton, NLL, for putting this together for us, syncing up the audio with the dash cam.
Okay, here's your documents, and here's your 4 summonses. Speeding, careless driving, traveling in the left lane, and failing to obey the turnpike signs. Here you go.
Okay, so this is great. He's speeding, and he just figured out every ticket he could possibly write him. And you're kind of like, wait, 4? I was getting a speeding ticket here. Now, he says, what's the turnpike signs? This is funny.
Contact the court if you have any questions. At the bottom, there's the speed limit signs. You have a nice day, okay?
So he arrested him, or not arrested him, but he gave him a ticket for speeding and for ignoring signs, which were the speed limit signs.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You need to slow it down. Trooper Canfield, badge number 8564, also at the bottom of every ticket. Okay? You have a nice day. I'm not answering any more of your nonsensical questions. I don't have to answer that question.
You're a tough guy.
Yeah, you have a nice day, tough guy.
Tough
Okay.
guy, bitch.
Have a good one.
Any place. Let's meet up.
You have a good one.
Let's meet up when you don't have your gun. When you're
You
not
have a good
tough
one.
guy, right? Bitch.
You have a good one.
You're a bitch.
Yeah, you have a good one, okay?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Kevin has a real problem with authority. This is a mentally ill man.
That is not good-natured ribbing.
No, it is not. Adam, what are your thoughts on this? I see you taking it all in.
I'd want to say that you're taking it too far with the, brother analysis, but the name of that pilot you were talking about is Number One Son.
Yep.
It's Mom,
the whole
Dad, they
premise
love
of
me
it.
more. They love me more.
Yep.
So this is just, I'm sorry, the arrogance of just talking to cops like that right off the bat, the privilege that shows, and his just fearlessness is frightening to me, because I've never seen people really talk to cops that way and get away with it. What do you think he means by MAGA? What do you think he's saying when he keeps saying that?
Okay, so Kevin hates the police and what they represent because in his mind, he's making this political divide where is law enforcement equals the right equals Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he hates Trump and the right.
He does?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I think he was hoping in this instance, all right, maybe this whole Trump thing's going to work for me since we're on the same team and the same side.
No, I think he's completely just busting this guy's balls.
Oh, really?
I think so. He's just like, oh, fucking MAGA, right? We're all MAGA?
Yeah.
Come on, let's MAGA it up over
like
here.
Heil Hitler.
Right, yeah.
And then nothing happens, and the guy's like, fuck you. And then he gives him everything he can because
And
he's like,
let's
no,
not
we're not on
forget
the same side.
That fast forward to either it was later this night or the next night, he's getting kicked out of the poker room for being an asshole to the dealer.
And saying similar things.
So it's not just like this police officer. It's just like every person he has to interact with, he has to be a dick to.
And how does this not escalate? How does the cop not...
I know. They're way too patient.
How are they so patient with him? Why are they giving him a break? And, I mean, he sounds drunk.
Body
The
cams.
fact that they didn't ask once if he had anything to drink, he sounds a little like just out of it and just like he doesn't care. He's in a downward spiral. You're right about that.
Yes.
One, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go speed right now. You gonna catch me again?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, tough guy. You're a tough guy.
So there you have it. That's Kevin's interaction with the police. Fucking lunatic. The other thing I want to talk to you about is this Alec Baldwin video. I realize these are not podcasts that we're doing right now. Give me a break. It's episode 600. We can bend the rules today.
Yeah.
Did you see this Trump impersonator encountering Alec Baldwin outside of his building?
I did not see that.
This is great. This guy's Trump impression is fantastic. And he's got some balls to do this. This is Jason Scoop. He posted this on his Instagram.
Alec, it's your favorite president. Look, Alec, I will offer you a total pardon because I want to be friends, right? I want to be friends. I will give you a total pardon for murdering that woman. If you kiss the ring, Alec. Kiss the big, beautiful ring. Come on, Alec. Come.
All right, so we're off to a good start. He's already brought up murdering that woman. Jesus. Pretty good stuff. I'm sure Alec will take this in stride, probably laugh along, right?
Come on, look at Alec Baldwin, right? He did that impersonation of me. It was not too hot, not too good. But look, we're back in office. You lost. Kamala lost. She's somewhere getting intoxicated. Look at that suitcase. Unbelievable. Well, Alec, if you don't want that pardon for murdering that woman in cold blood, you can call it first degree, you can call it whatever you want, but it was not good. She's looking down on me right now, smiling, happy. Thank you for confronting the man who took me out, who killed me, and that's okay.
Let me ask a question.
Sure.
No, you realize, by the
Whoa.
way. No, look at me. I want you to look at me.
Sure.
You got a camera on me here?
The ring, no, it's the ring.
But you realize my kids live in this building, right? But I want you to know something.
We love the children. We're doing great deals for the children.
All right, that was an impressive comeback right there. Alex trying to be tough guy, father figure. You know, my children live in this building. We love the children. It's fucking hilarious comeback.
Okay.
If this camera wasn't here, I'd snap your fucking neck and have them break your fucking neck right out. So you know that, don't you?
Okay.
Wow. It's Alec Baldwin. A history of not being able to control his temper. I think we can all agree on that. Tells the guy he would snap his neck if the camera wasn't on right now. I don't know that's going to do a lot for his... I can't imagine what his publicist is thinking when she's watching this. Like, oh, fucking hell, can you just ignore the guy and move on with your life?
It's so funny because he tried. Like, he really did try, and he really put so much effort into ignoring that guy up until the point where he made it all pointless. And there was no reason for it. He could have just stopped it right at the top and not had this embarrassing tape.
He held off for a good 40 seconds there, Adam. You're right.
And then
a new record.
Some serious restraint.
And he sounded very flustered and emotional, and the Donald Trump guy sounds very relaxed and like he's having a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen, class act. Believe me. Believe me. Okay. Oh, he's yelling at me. I'm a citizen of this. I was born and raised in New York City. I love you, Alec. Alec, look, Alec, you don't want to attack your favorite president, Alec. Look, I love you. I love you, Alec. He's got more balls than De Niro, that I can tell you. De Niro ran away. Alec confronted. That's good. He's strong, but also he's weak because he murdered a woman. So that's okay, right? Look at this guy.
All right, so that's at Jason Scoop on Instagram. Now, there's a follow-up to this, and it got picked up by the New York Post and TMZ, and I'll let Jason Scoop explain what happened after the cameras got turned off, and this confrontation was over.
I'd snap your fucking neck and have...
He says, I'm gonna snap your neck. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm saying, this is unhinged. This is a person who is severely, mentally not there. He's not all there. And then this part wasn't in the program, but his wife, this woman, not a bad-looking woman, but she runs after, she chases after me, screaming in the streets. You remember? She pretended to be Hispanic. You remember that? She said, how do you say cucumber?
Cucumber? Cucumbers.
Girls grew up in Boston, okay? Parents are worth $50 million. How you say cucumber? These people are sick. They're sick. But look, we're talking to attorney. We're talking to attorney. Perhaps potential indictment of this guy. You look at it, there was a lot of moments. I'm seeing a doctor. I can barely move my... He tapped it. It was not good. Okay, not good. And we won the Hispanics, by the way. Not her, that I can tell you. But we're looking into it, okay?
Get in that ass quick, fast, like Ramadan.
Adam, what are your thoughts on Jason Scoop here?
His impression was better when he was outside.
Yeah.
It kind of lost a little something when you were close up. I like the ambushing. I think that's interesting. I think that's classic Stuttering John.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with the disguise that John had to wear in the later years.
Because, look, you got to figure, AOC, Alec Baldwin, AOC is being, bombarded because she won, because she's now in power. Alec Baldwin quite possibly could have ended up in prison. And I think every day that he's not in prison, he should just I really was thinking, I guess that's what he's thinking when he was ignoring. He's like, at least this isn't prison. I'm just going to shut up and hold it. And then, nope, I'm going to snap his neck. And then he just lost it.
Yep.
So I don't know what he's talking about here in the house, but I enjoy the idea of it.
Well, I would have played that on WATS with my buddy, my former friend, Blind Mike Geary. But I'm actually on vacation this weekend. No WATS tomorrow. No WTP on Saturday. So I thought I would get the scoop on this. I'm sure that Mike will talk about it. He just did a bonus show on his Patreon breaking down the first Alec Baldwin reality show episode.
That looks
aired
amazing.
this week.
That looks amazing.
It's such a bad show. Alec Baldwin has no idea. He's like, oh, he's going to go get his hair cut. All right. Anyway, at least he was famous or something. I guess it makes more sense than Balin Dupree getting her nails done. But what do I know about reality TV? I'm not producing this.
I just love propaganda. I love direct. Like we're hoping you'll take it as entertainment, but this is just a media campaign to change your point of view about this brand name.
Oh, and Mike Geary brought up the best point ever. Maybe it was Craig who even said this, where Alec was famously known for calling his daughter a rude little pig on her voicemail. And, the stuff that came out about that, it seemed like Alec wasn't the best father to be around. Imagine being this woman who's now like in her 30s or whatever, and she's watching her dad have a reality show about what a great dad he is with his new family. That's going to drive her fucking nuts. It's like if Bill Clinton did a whole reality show with him and Hillary having an amazing marriage, and Monica's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me right now? So, I thought that was a fun observation. Let's get back to podcasts. Big news in the world of podcasting. Kyle Photographer turned me on to this. This is amazing. Adam, I'm going to need your help analyzing this stuff.
We need to change the conversation. And that's why I'm launching a new podcast. And this is going to be anything but the ordinary politician.
That's right. Gavin Newsom is launching a podcast, everyone. How exciting is that?
I don't like when I can see the direction that they gave him in the first 10 seconds. They did like 20 of these, and they're just like, we need more energy. We need more energy. So now he's at a point where he doesn't even know what normal or reality is. So just in this first 5 seconds, he's pointing, he's yelling, he's got lots of energy. This is very, very exciting, like in the way Stuttering John laughs a lot and then hopes it sounds funny.
Yeah, no, tell them they need this podcast. Come on, Gavin. This is such an important podcast you're doing. Let's get after it.
We need to change the conversation. And that's why I'm launching a new podcast.
Guys, all these people who are saying I'm responsible for these fires and I'm doing a horrible job. We got to change the conversation.
I didn't know we were rolling. I just was talking. Okay.
And this is going to be anything but the ordinary politician podcast. I'm going to be talking to people
I'll be the judge of that.
Directly that I disagree with, as well as people I look up to. But more important than anything else, I'll be talking directly with you.
People he disagrees with. I'm wondering, will Adam Carolla get a phone call to be on this show? Joe Rogan, people have moved out of California deliberately because they couldn't take it anymore. Will we have those conversations? He could go on Joe Rogan's show. That'd be interesting. No,
I would love to see Cat Williams on his show.
Well, Cat Williams would be a great guest too. Let's find out who he has on there.
The listener. Real conversations. What's going on with the cost of eggs? What are the impacts, real impacts to you around tariffs? What power does an executive order really have? And what's really going on inside of Doge? Look.
Wait, so it's all federal government shit. It's all national stuff? So this is just his guys, I am going to still run for president, just so you know. I know everyone thinks that I wouldn't do well, but I want to be the president, guys. Can we pretend that's
it's
a thing?
Exactly like every other political
yes,
podcast.
Right.
And I'm so glad you pointed that out, because anybody that lives in California is watching this thinking, I would love him to be doing anything else in the world but this. Like him talking about eggs does not give me comfort or hope.
No.
There's an onslaught of information that we take in. So let's take it to the sources without the typical political mumbo jumbo. In the first few weeks, we're going to be...
That's a good point, Tobias. How much does Eggs Benedict cost at the French Laundry? That's why eggs are so fucking expensive. This guy is tone deaf.
Sitting down with some of the biggest leaders and architects in the MAGA movement. This is Gavin Newsom.
Well, I'm excited. I will be subscribed to that. I can't wait to see what he's got for us. I'm sure the commenters love it too. Fix your fucking state, you absolute psychopath, is the first comment. Why don't you go on the Joe Rogan show? So, yeah, you should shoot the podcast at a fancy restaurant while you belittle the average person and tell them they can't eat like you because you've made up your own rules. he's on the cover of Loser magazine. I didn't even know that existed. I thought that was out of print at this point. But now we know. That's interesting. It's going to be tough to do a political show, but I'm going to have to definitely at least check it out and see what kind of propaganda he's spewing on that show. While I'm going through just things people sent me, Penis Rickle sent this to me. I thought this was interesting. There's a new YouTube channel called Howard Stern Official. If you know anything about Howard Stern, he's been always very against YouTube, very against stealing copyrighted material and his content. He used to talk about it all the time back when I was listening to the show. And he has a Howard Stern channel, the SiriusXM, pulls clips from interviews and puts up stuff. But this one, Howard Stern Official, it only has 1,300 subscribers so far. But they're putting out full episodes of his show. They're putting out the full 4.5 hour long episodes, which I can't believe Sirius hasn't picked up on this yet.
This isn't a fan site. This is.
I mean, it says Howard Stern Official, but I doubt it.
Well,
unless Sirius is just like, yeah, we don't give a shit, dude. We don't care about your content. I mentioned in the last shareholders meeting, Howard's name didn't get brought up one time. They're so focused on the podcast strategy now. They're not even talking about Howard Stern. So maybe they're just like, yeah, we don't care. You can put it out on YouTube or wherever you want. I don't know, but I doubt it.
They're also so far behind. Maybe someone's thinking like when Key and Peele didn't get great ratings, but all their clips on YouTube had millions and millions of views. Maybe they're hoping someone will pick it up somewhere. And it is documented that there are numbers on YouTube of people that like to listen. Maybe.
All the late night shows. That's the thing they always went to, where their ratings just tanked. But it's like, yeah, but I get 2.1 million views of the monologue the next day.
Oh, right. They're just viral clip generators.
Right.
Meme generators.
Well, that would be interesting if that's the new strategy. I remember, I'll name drop real quick if you guys will allow me to. We had Jim Norton in studio here. And it was right around the time Sirius finally allowed him and Sam to put out a podcast. They finally said, okay, you can do it once a week and put out a podcast. They'd been asking for years. And they finally caught management at the right time. Like, all right, yeah, fine, you can do that. It's like, yeah, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do a morning show that's behind a paywall, put out 60 minutes a week from your 20 hours and show people like the best parts so that they get hooked and are interested and want to subscribe to it. But I doubt that's what Howard is doing. All right. We are celebrating episode 600. We have a lot to get to. I got Cringe of the Week coming up that I'm very excited about. Steel Toe updates, Tom Myers streaming. We got song parodies. We got roast videos coming in from all sorts of different people we haven't seen in years on this show, people that contribute all the time coming in. We got Opie radio. Opie's still coping with Anthony getting hired on WABC in New York City. But I want to thank you guys for supporting the show on supertip.gg/WATP. This one actually came in while we were recording the last episode of WATP. And when we do it on Saturday, we don't do any super tips or super chats. Also, I should point out, when you listen to the podcast, we cut all of this out in the audio. So if you're a listener to the show, you don't hear any of this stuff, but it's for the live stream, for the live viewers. And so this one came in.
Which one is Chubbs? The twink looks like a Twinkie. The girls look like sandwich fuckers. And so why are you
Can I take the twink to my art studio and toss his salad?
So that was about the Young Old podcast with Dana and her
fiance.
Her fiance, Robert. That Tukey was blown away by was straight. Tukey's like, oh, that's changes everything. Yeah, he had no idea what was going on after that. It really threw him off.
Carl, I hope you have a tumescent celebration of your 600th episode. It's odd to pay to send a message in my own voice. Fluid secretions, furuncular emissions. No, sorry, this sucked so bad.
Amazing. Dr. Steve with his own voice. I tried to do that on This Little Piggy once. They didn't have me as a selection. I don't know if anyone's done that before. That's awesome, Dr. Steve. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Feather the Turkey says, pee-pee poo-poo farts. That's a good use of $3 right there.
That's divisive.
Venom Tony 15 says, hey, fellas. Hey, Adam. You are my fave Buffy villain. You're even better than Glory. Glad to have you in the DB. Also, R.I.P. Michelle. Such a huge loss.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very tragic story came out today. Amanda Lynn Nappy coming in with $100.
Podcast. Karen, you think you're so special because you posted 600 mediocre podcast episodes? It's another lie. The ultimate authority, Chad Zumick, says there is no way.
Thank you very much, Amanda Lynn Nappy, for the generous contribution. We do appreciate that. Coach Weekly coming in.
Congrats on episode 600. Pretty good for a guy with no radio experience.
What a long, strange trip it's been.
Yes, it has. There's one of the new voices, Jerry Banfield.
These are all pretty good, man.
Yeah, the new voices came out really good. Wait till you hear Adam Busch. It's spot on. The Rob Saul is good. Joe Matarese is good. I was very happy with Howard Stern on there. Anthony Cumia's on there. Dick Masterson's on there now.
Lucy sounds like Lucy.
Lucy does sound like a dumb bitch. The one pun, 600, just do it. Just do it, buddy. D. Vogel, congrats on the big 600. I can't wait for the surprise appearance of Croge. Team Queefenbeef. Wow, 600 episodes. Yay. And look at me, a member for 3 months. Yay. Adam is dreamy. Chris is a man amongst men. Hey, Carl. Ever play with underwater bosses? What does that mean?
Can't be good.
Raper bought $2. Never forget, Shuli had Tom as a guest on Rico. I never will forget that. Treated him like an equal. Koo, $5. Thank you for 600 episodes and for not unaliving yourselves. Thank you, Koo, for being here and for supporting the program.
That means a
We'll
lot.
probably see you in Vegas on May 8th or 9th, I imagine. Koof was out there last year. Silent Shape. I need a new sticker, by the way, from Koof. Silent Shape member for 9 months says, congratulations and happy Super 600 Suckfest, guys. Here's the 600 more. Friendly reminder, store any unused fluids in Cardiff's consumption for Cardiff's consumption later. He does like that. Stewie felt $2 when we were playing the KB video. KB is broken. Christine Knowlton's number 2 fan. £5 says, in the morning, Carl. In the morning to you, Christine Knowlton's number 2 fan. Grumpy Old Benz was the first time I heard your voice, and I've been hooked ever since. When's Kevin coming back? Congratulations on 600. That's amazing. I did Grumpy Old Benz. Gosh, that had to be 6 years ago. That's really cool. Thank you. I appreciate you sticking around. Stewie felt $5 says, I think the no invite to the SNL 50 celebration messed KB up. Oh yeah, you think he thought he had a shot at that? Ben, $6. Congrats on 600. And if this was Opie, he'd yell MAGA in a funny voice and snap his fingers at the cop to hurry up. No idea how KB is still married. I've heard rumors that he either is divorced or going through a divorce. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the word on the street.
He seems like a joy to have around the house.
Could you imagine? Amanda Lynn Nappy. Congratulations, Carl, Jenny, Chris, and all the co-hosts. You're all the best, despite my supposed milestone. I've listened and watched to every episode.
Dang.
Thank you, Amanda Lynn Nappy. We appreciate that. Big supporter of the show. Harry Richards. Dumbest thing you could do. You're either going to get a ticket or not. Better chances being nice. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Crazy.
Who's that for? Just shows you're dumb. Stewie felt that could have went horribly wrong for Kevin. Yeah, it definitely... Before body cams, that would have gone differently.
Yep.
It would have gone very differently. And then Zumach doxed the cop. Oh, is that? Well, I mean, the cop told his name and badge number. Who's going to be out of the Kevin Army when they go after this guy, you know? Hellraiser69, $20 says, I've been drinking for 10 years.
Driving.
I've been driving. Thank you.
I've been drinking for 10 years.
I've been drinking for 10 years. I've been driving for 10 years. Been pulled over twice for speeding. Never got a ticket for both. Just warnings. The secret? Shut your mouth, speak when spoken to, and be respectful to the cop. KB is such an ass. Happy 600. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Stewie felt glad to see Carl drinking a celebratory pint. Skål. Me. Troy Smith, our buddy. Hi, kids.
Hey.
Happy 600. You guys rock.
We love you, Troy.
And there's the hamburger monster.
Yes.
What's the name of that thing? Do you remember?
Well, it's Night of the Living Burger.
Oh, right. Wasabista with 500 yen. This is a 3-parter. Going to rewrite a Jimmy Carr one-liner as a Tom Myers joke. Okay. We'll be on the lookout for that. Thank you very much. And Bubble Popper 24. Happy 600. Been with you since episode 88. Yep, that one. That's a very famous episode. Hey, Chad, without WTP, I still don't know you and many others. TSN rules as well. FKB, FSJ, FST. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, here's... Was, you got to get these in quick. Let's see. Here's 2 or 3. All right, Jimmy Carr. It would appear that Jay-Z now has 100 problems.
Heyo.
All right, so that's the setup, right? Or is that it? It is a 3-parter. I would imagine it's going to have a lot more words.
Well, you have to wait for it, just like with Tom Myers.
Just like with Tom Myers. We'll get to that. Dame Taft, $10, says it's time to organize the dabblers in the fashion of the Proud Boys and get Carl some of the sweet Gavin McGinnis notoriety and government attention. What shall the dabblers' initiation consist of? Discuss. Let's not do that. I don't.
Stand by and stand down.
Yeah, I don't like to stand outside in D.C. in January. It's too cold out. I don't want any part of that.
I can get discount tiki torches if I buy them in bulk.
Oh.
Ooh.
No.
Show off.
Now I'm coming around on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. It is time for our...
Cringe of the week. Cringe of the week.
This one comes in from Jeremy Koss. And this is no stranger to our show. I'm actually going to present this as a 2-parter. I want you to watch the dog in the background of this famous podcast here. Watch the dog.
The is indicative of he was looking at his phone and noticed that someone stopped talking. But wait.
Do you see what the dog is doing? Looks like she's trying to like dig up a little hole or something in the couch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's more.
Uh-oh.
They then go on and have like all this dialogue about the Cracker Wars, which is so silly. I mean, honestly, God, if you're going to talk about a local event, you have to have something.
So I had to speed this up because
Oh, wow, cool.
Eric
Cracker
has no
Wars.
idea what's going on. He's just
Actually,
rambling.
Let's save the rest of that for when we talk about it on a Big Fraud Wednesday edition of Who Are These Freakers. But they sat down and had a long discussion about Cracker Wars. 0 jokes. Stevie suggests that Darla peed on the couch. I'll check.
A viewer lets him know.
She absolutely did just pee on the couch. I am going to go. Thank you, Stevie, for the tip-off. That's ridiculous. I will be right back. And this serves me right. I'll be back.
All right, so what happens here is you watch Eric get up and leave the room, and he's gone for 6 minutes. And then he finally comes back, and he's got a vacuum with him. So I sped this up 3 or 4 times. We get to watch him in real time here. Clean up this dog pee from the couch. And this takes forever. I'm flying through this as fast as I can.
Fuck yes. Yeah, I can't let that shit just sit there. Oh my God.
So he goes on to explain how embarrassing it is, and E-Rock was watching, and he's all embarrassed in front of E-Rock. That happened. So that is one of the things that can happen when you're podcasting in a room with your dogs. You can't let them out.
And the show is just, I guess, hanging on by a thread, if that could completely derail everything that's happening. Like, I don't know what he was talking about before that happened, but done. This is going to be dealt with, and you're going to watch me do it.
He was talking about free beer and hot wings and how they stink, which is the show that he used to be on. That's right. On the radio. So that's one of the things that he likes to do.
It'd be funny if the dog did it again right now.
Oh, right. Just like out of spite kind of thing.
After he cleaned it all up, if he got right back up there
That would be
while he
great.
wasn't watching.
All right. I want to give a quick update on, I guess I might as well play the stinger.
Please, guys, Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, Venmo. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we don't deserve it.
Now, if you've been following the saga of Aaron Imholt, if you're not, you're missing out. It's crazy. We talk about it every week on This Little Pig. I don't cover it as much on here, but Aaron is gearing up for this boxing match, and we know about it because he challenged all of us to a fight. He wanted to box 5 of us in a row in Las Vegas during Hackamania. And so he's been very proud of himself for being this big tough guy, boxing guy. And he had a video of him at the gym. He actually has had a couple videos of him at the gym now where he's showing off how he's a big, powerful boxer and he's the cool guy there. And he's got this February 22nd match coming up. Now, it was pointed out by Moody and then others that he was no longer eligible due to violations with Safe Sport and USA Boxing that did a background check and found some red flags. I don't have to go through all of those now, but he does have a pending felony that there's a court date for that everybody wants to go to. I heard Chad even announced he's going this morning. He'll be going to Aaron's court case. Everyone wants to go to this thing. It's going to be great. But anyway, all he talks about is how he's a mentor at the gym and he's got this fight. There's all the other people having fights and he's always happy to help them out and be the coach. The week before the event, he doesn't bring it up one time. Like, well, what just happened? Even the end of the week before, he's like, yeah, we're going to find an opponent for me, and I'm going to get in the ring. So this guy, Mark, traveled down there. It was our boots on the ground to check it out, and he gave me an update. He says, I attended the entire event, and safe to say, Steel Toe was not there. It was a small club, no off-limits locker room area where he could have hidden. Scott is a tiny, tiny person. I'm guessing he had some injury, possibly birth defect, which makes him walk with a noticeable limp. Jonathan Geyer is confirmed a weird dude. Jonathan Geyer was the guy holding the camera here's a photo from the event. He was holding the phone that was recording for the social media stream that we all got to see. And then Aaron responded to. He said, in over 3 hours, he never interacted with anyone, always stood off to the side, all alone, and taping the event with a creepy, creepy smile on his face. He also would do selfie interviews, just talking into the camera. He says that Scott worked his ass off, made sure that it was a good show. Here's a photo of Scott talking to I don't know, I would imagine.
A ballerina.
Probably not a participant, would be my guess. He says it was $20 or $25 at the door for a ticket. Or you can just stand in the bar and watch through the huge windows for free. It's like this weird place where it's like there's a bar and then there's like this gym and they're combined in the same building and you can just like see into it.
It's a Kill Kevin kind of festival.
Right. And he says you can also watch it on JonathanGeyerBoxing.com. So that guy that I just showed you was also streaming it on his website. So he's like, Scott needs a marketing guy to tell him, that paying customers might feel ripped off when they're giving it out for free to everyone. But this was, I think, one of the key takeaways here. He says, it's the first time I've ever attended a fight, and every kid, even the losers, fought their hearts out. All but one match went the distance. All of this makes the fact that Aaron lost one of his 2 fights in 50 seconds. It shows you how unserious Aaron is about boxing. He obviously does not take it seriously. If you haven't seen that, it's worth watching. Aaron got his ass kicked by like a teenager, I think. I was like a 19-year-old kid beat him up. But isn't that crazy that Aaron couldn't even be bothered to show up to this thing and support the team and the gym and all of his buddies? Disappointed. Very disappointed in my buddy Aaron for that.
These pictures, you have to believe them because these pictures are exactly how he described them. That first person was alone in an island and looked creepy and weird.
Yes.
And then Scott, the owner, is busy working. His hands are in the air talking to someone, exactly how you described. And all these people who, when push came to shove, they went out of their way to do whatever Aaron needed. And when it's time to return the favor, he can't even make it.
Yeah. I mean, just to be there and watch and help out the people at the gym. And it's interesting that all of a sudden he just stopped talking about it. And everyone was saying there's no way he's going to fight in this match. There's no way he's ready for it, but also because of the issues that he has, and he thought he was going to get them cleared up over a weekend. It still hasn't been cleared up. So that's very interesting. The other thing that's been catching my eye this week is Tom Myers has started up a brand new show. He is now streaming in the morning.
You know, it's no different than, a police officer running to the scene of a crime or a firefighter running into a burning building. It's what I do.
So he starts off his show this morning. And I just want to play this quick clip because he does his Scottish accent, which I always find fun. So it's not just for punchlines, apparently. He really just thinks he's Scottish, I guess. So he shows up, he's looking around.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Mint diggity.
So Mint Diggity writes, "Mornings with Tom." Ah, that's what it's looking like.
That's his go-to.
It is. It's a weird inflection.
Yeah.
That he has.
Also, him and KB are made for each other for him to be on the show. They're two peas in a pod. They don't know what they're doing.
But this is the thing. All of these idiots, and I could go through a list of names, and I won't say Ray DeVito because that would be one of the names in this list, and that'd be very rude for me to say.
So I'm glad you didn't say
this whole list of idiots all try to emulate Kevin Brennan. Just like, oh, you can just do no prep and just sit there and wait for money to come in. And they all try to do that rather than realize, like, yeah, all right, Kevin's got a unique thing going on. You should try to do a show that people might like. And we played this on the bonus show yesterday. There's a whole segment on patreon.com/hearthesepodcast where we went through Tom trying to clown us on the show, and then he admits, I'm just doing this for the watch hours. Yeah. I just got to get my watch hours up so I can get this channel monetized. Like, what a dick. Yeah. Put on a good show. If you want watch hours, put on something entertaining people want to watch. It's in the term, watch hours. Get people to want to watch it.
It's really fun watching these people, and there's a lot of them that we cover here that have nothing to say, nothing to contribute, no real thoughts or passions. They don't have a perspective or a point of view that when they're watching things, they're like, oh man, I should be there to say this. Like that doesn't occur to them. So they don't have anything they would like to change or they'd like to shed a light on. So they just ramble and guess as to what it is people will like by jumping from whatever they think people like to the next thing, wondering why it doesn't work. If you had anything to say, even if it was shitty, that would be your show.
Well, it's funny you say that. You probably didn't watch this morning, right?
I did not. As a rule.
The title of this is New Franklin Sheckler Video Screening / Live Stream. So Franklin Sheckler, who's this guy who makes all of these Ray DeVito videos, posted a new video last night. And so Tom's going to show that on his live stream. So I'm not going to show that to you guys here because there's something way more interesting going on. But he has no commentary. He just sits there and watches it. You just watch Tom watch the thing.
Yeah, he saw Kevin Brennan do it.
Same thing Kevin Brennan fucking does. Yeah, we all have YouTube. We can all look at the clips that people put out. All right, so this is hilarious because this is what derails everything. He gets a note from a guy in Australia who's trying to send him a Venmo. He has up on the screen his Venmo address because he's not monetized on YouTube, but he knows if you go live, people give you money. This is what Tom has learned. So a guy in Australia is like, hey, I'm trying to give you Venmo. And Tom is like, whoa, can you do that? I don't know.
So according to, I don't want to just name any other sources. PayPal lets you send money internationally. Oh, that's interesting. Well, good morning, everybody. We're working out tech support problems here, not with the stream, thankfully, but we are looking to see if someone can send me money internationally.
And, Tukey says it, and he's always right. Money before funny. Like, let's not get this show format figured out. Let's not talk about the topic of the day. Let's figure out, how do I get that money from that guy in Australia who's watching? Because I guess Venmo you can only send in the U.S., so that's not going to work.
Who is this we? I keep saying
Great
we.
question.
We're having these. We need to. Who is the we? It's just you, Tom. It's just you alone with a green light around your head because you haven't dialed in your green screen and you're checking your phone.
So, Adam, you probably don't know about green screens because you're in my basement right now in the studio with us.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom still hasn't figured out that he has to alert StreamYard that he's using a green screen, which is why you're seeing all of that green around him, because StreamYard is trying to guess at what the foreground is. You could tell StreamYard to, like, hey, I'm using a green screen, so if anything's green, like, get it out of here. And Tom still hasn't figured that out because he's stupid. And I have proof of that. But he's not just stupid, he's also lazy. Remember, he's going to watch this this video with us, this Franklin Scheckler video. And now, if it were me, probably would have watched it, written down some notes, maybe some timestamps, things like that.
I haven't seen this Franklin Scheckler video yet, just because I was busy vegging out after recording my podcast last night.
I knew it. This is the laziest asshole. I was busy. What were you busy doing? Vegging out. That's not busy.
But it was after I had done something at some point. So.
Right, yes. I mean, you know me, Chris. After we get done with this podcast, I lay on the floor motionless for 7 hours.
I don't even turn the camera off. I just sit here like a lump.
Tom, stop being a lazy asshole. If you're going to do something in the morning, prep for it a little bit. Get something ready for people. All right, so this is great because the show just becomes Tom trying to figure out how people can give him money. And he's terrible at computers and the internet. But we get to watch him in real time. It's as if people watched Stuttering John and went, oh, this is a show? You can just try to figure out how to use devices live while you're streaming?
It shows you that whatever John has is a specific neuroses, because all of these people at some point in their downward spiral hit all of these same tropes and react in the same way and rebel with the same crazy shit, like going to all that trouble to put up a green screen, but then wearing reflective glasses that just block out your eyes and shine everything so we can't see.
There he is typing away. I brought this up last night on the bonus show, but I have to say it again. The fact that he's so comfortable with dead air bothers me, because this is a guy who used to be on the radio and he brags about his broadcasting skills.
Oh, why didn't you just do that earlier? Fuck. All right. The things I go to please my fans, to please my viewers.
I'm waiting for one.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
And what is this hard work, Tom?
Okay, so new method of payment. If you're international, apparently
that was to please you,
according to Business Insider, and I presume.
I know, what an asshole. He spent all that time trying to figure out what his PayPal is.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with
He's
your
just like,
fans.
oh, you guys are making me work hard for this one today. It's like, yeah, Tom, what's your PayPal?
Know what they're talking about. Why am I being dumb?
Because you are dumb.
Yeah.
So I will have to, for international stuff,
throwing
looks
his
like
keyboard in the
PayPal is the way to go. That's right, because I have gotten paid via PayPal, like when I've sold CDs, when I used to sell physical CDs. Remember those days?
Yeah, it was like a year ago you did that.
Gen Xers and
they're probably
fellow
still available on your
millennials.
stupid websites.
So I do not use this email address I'm not going to use this email address other than accepting Venmos. So if you send me an email to there, I'm likely not going to check it.
Okay.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, I know. He has to explain to you. All right, probably shouldn't be doing this, but my PayPal is actually tied to my email, which means I have to show you my email address. But Don't send me things I don't want to see about how I'm a virgin and a loser. Kind of bums me out when I read those types of notes. So please don't send that to me. I won't see it.
Just money and compliments. Please.
By the way, if I have an email address that's a total throwaway email address, I'm sure we all do. I've collected a few over the years.
Yeah.
Back when they were really stringent about you writing an email address down when you're at a retail store or something, like, okay, yeah, you can have my Yahoo address. But I never explained, like, hey, good luck trying to get me on there. I'm not even going to read it. Like, yeah, you're just not going to read it. I think the Tom does check this email address, and that's why he's saying this. So he's got to figure out, all right, I'm going to give my PayPal, but am I even going to get that money?
Now, how do I find out where it goes?
All right, so he's now put up on the screen. PayPal is tommyerscomic@gmail.com. And he's going, oh, shit, what bank account is that tied to? Do I even get this money? Like, these are all Tom problems that he's working out on his show.
He can't do more than one thing at a time.
No.
And that's what we're seeing. He can look at his
Correct.
phone, or he can talk to the audience. He can do his show, or he can look for his PayPal. He can't do both. So he doesn't feel that dead air that you feel. His mind is working as hard as it can, and it is fully activated during all of that silence. So it's not like this pregnant pause that never ends. It's completely filled. And then he thinks we're all in his head with him, like John, so we don't hear any of this.
So you think that he's even worse than John? Because at least he would do...
He's starting to do it.
You're right, yeah.
That's what he's starting to. That's what tipped me off to it. Is he looked down and he went, I was like, I know that. That's very familiar.
Oh, no.
He is. They're just. They know something's there. I gotta. Like we're a baby, and you just jingling your keys in front of us is keeping us satiated while you check your PayPal so we can pay you for the show that has yet to happen.
Right. I'm not exaggerating on this. So you can see the timestamp right there. We're at about the 22nd minute mark of the show. And all he's talked about so far is how to pay him money. And he's trying to figure it out, and he's logging into different accounts on different computers and trying to...
So that's it.
Was that his
That's
stomach?
our, yeah.
It might have been.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
International payments.
Yeah, let me back that up a little bit. It sounds like...
It wasn't his. It was one of ours.
Oh, you think it was one of ours?
No, it was his.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, he's got the bubble gut. He's got a little bubble. Getting a little nervous on here. Everyone's looking at me and I don't know what I'm doing.
So that's it. That's our, yeah.
That's our show for you today.
International payments, because Venmo is very... I did see Robbie was on with Robbie Goodwin, my friend Robbie Goodwin. He was.
That's the other thing, too, is that he's obsessed with reading the chat. There's 8 people in there. So there's 4 comments every minute and a half. And he has to respond to every single one and get distracted. I know, because I was in this chat Monday, and it totally threw him off. He didn't know what was going on.
What did you say to him?
So he was playing us replaying his Chinese joke that we all laughed at. And I was in there, I go, yeah, Tom, that was actually a good joke. We liked that one. And then I wrote something like, this is harder than it looks, isn't it? Because he was really flustered. And that's when I got blocked, and that one didn't go up. So he never saw that comment. I was trying to be nice. One more clip. One more clip on here. I hope he finds out if he got this money or not, because he can't figure out where this PayPal goes to.
Oh, here it is. That's the email. Oh, okay. It's official. Ladies and gentlemen, Port Film Co-op in with the $20 to start my morning. Fuck yeah. All right.
We're now at the 26-minute mark. And this is Tom finally figuring out he got $20 from Port Film Co-op.
Port Film Co-op coming through for me. Coming through for us. We did it. We're doing it. Trade.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. He watches so much Chad Zuboff. Yeah. Not a good influence,
Clearly.
man. He's not a good broadcaster.
Yeah. To answer Adam's question, that's where he gets the we from.
Oh, right. That is a Chad.
Oh, okay. That makes
Chad's
sense.
thing.
Because
Yeah.
everything he does is either KB or Chad.
He needs a roadcaster, though. If someone's going to give him $20, I need to hear a whip sound effect. Yeah, I need to hear kids getting excited.
The occasional foghorn.
I didn't know we did that. But let's keep it going because Anonymous comes in with $5.
Hey, everyone, stop watching this and go watch awesome Howard Stern full episodes.
I did just promote that, didn't I? They're not great. Amanda Lynn Nappy. Wow. Amanda Lynn Nappy with another $50 coming in.
Today's goal for episode 600 is $5,000. If he doesn't get it, next week Carl will celebrate episode 700 and Beggy Monster will be the co-host. Let's get this done, folks.
That's how you do it right there. A 50 spot after a 100 spot. Thank you very much. Too kind. Too kind. Soccer Night in Detroit. Happy 600, you losers. Well, thank you, Soccer Night in Detroit. Hey, it's our friend Chrissy Mayer in here with $20. Thank you, Chrissy. Happy 600. Love you guys. Thanks for giving me another chance after the baseball game debacle.
Of course.
I forgot about that. I don't even like this Chrissy Mayer person. What the? Thank you, Chrissy. Appreciate you. All right, here's finally the payoff to Wasabista. 3 out of 3. Tom Meyer's version. JV says that he had none of them problems, and a woman ain't one, but now he's accused of attending Diddy parties. He can round that up to 100. Should he rename himself JC after the Roman numeral for 100? All right, that would be how Tom would do that joke. I'm down with that.
But with the Scottish thing at the end.
EDR is here.
Hey, man.
JC after Roman numeral for 100?
Yes, thank you.
I don't know if that was right.
Taking requests.
Happy 600. Thanks for introducing me to Adam Busch. Then again, you also introduced me to Tom Myers. Yeah, well, take the good with the bad.
Yeah, give and take.
But EDR, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. He's coming to Rochester soon. Nice. Joe Black, hamburger. Here's to 700. Just do it. Big Daddy Dodo, congrats on 600. Thank you very much, Big Daddy Dodo. Jeem Simmons, 5 Australian. Now, you can send that to me with PayPal, but not Venmo, Jeem. Not sure if you haven't seen it, Carl, but there's some fat loser from New York on Cameo. His name is Jim Kelly. Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't talk about Jim Kelly like that around here. It's not cool. Hey, my boy Hack Ride. I generally only celebrate show 666, but we're here. So kudos, Carl and gang. I hope you finally find that pesky singer. Thank you. Casey Day / Hack Ride. Always good to see him. He helped out Mike with something this week. We're going to play in a minute. Minnesota women are built to survive the winter. Yeah, I noticed that too. Stewie felt. First time seeing Myers, he looks psycho.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. His hairline is unnerving.
He looks like a Q-tip that's been left out in the sun.
Yes, a Q-tip or a part of your ear was real dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Rune Goon, 10 Australian, says, congrats on 600 episodes, Lady K and crew. Thank you, Rune Goon. Thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for the donation. Stewie Felt just gifted 5.
Nice.
Thank you for doing that. Turn on accept gifted memberships if you haven't. Got some generous people here. We appreciate that. You get 2 bonus episodes every single month. Just go to the membership tab. You'll see them all there. The ones from the past and future ones to come. The one pun, Tom kind of looks like Judge Doom from Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I think I made the joke, Lex Loser. He's kind of got a Lex Luger look to him. Mason in Portland. Congrats on 600, brah. Thank you, Mason in Portland. Another guy we'll see in Las Vegas come May. Looking forward to that. Steve Morton, $10. Congrats on making it to 600. I'm guessing Kevin's not a Blue Lives Matter kind of guy. I'm guessing he doesn't have that bumper sticker on his car. We go a long way, though, for him. Stewie Fell, if my hairline was this far back, I would just shave it. Yeah, everyone would. That's what's so amazing about this guy.
And he's a ginger.
And he's looked this way for decades. It's not like this just crept up on him.
No. Crept away from him.
Yeah. F Mommy Sisters Dominican Butt Lift Republic. Adam, what do you think Bob saw Shuley do for ESO?
Bomb.
Stacy Cedar says, any of you taken pedo on date and paid beside Carl? The Greater Good, $10. In the morning, Master K. In the morning, the Greater Good. Love the show. Been on board for years. Lots of laughs. Cheers on 600. Thank you very much, The Greater Good. Thanks for being here and for supporting the show. Couldn't do it without you. GG, $2. Opie said he makes $80,000 a year from his live stream. He doesn't.
He also has an OnlyFans where he shows his feet.
I have a lot of Opie stuff coming up that I'm very excited to show you guys. We'll keep it moving. Candace, Bowden Mazer. I wonder if that's one of the Mazers that does the show with Chad. I don't know if they still do a show or not. AB Chris, ever host a pedo in your house like Carl?
Statistically speaking, chances are.
Chances are. I mean, Adam's out in L.A., so. Ryan K, 10 big ones and a big gagia. Thank you, Ryan K. Associate producer Ralph is here. Enjoy the 12 cents clubfoot. Trump's fault. That was $2.79 Canadian, as associate producer Ralph tends to do. AB, how could Shuli have handled ESO issue better?
I've addressed it. I think he handled it the best he could. I don't think there's a playbook for this sort of thing, but I appreciate that he came out early and was the one to tell us all about it. Took responsibility. Outside of that, and maybe donating to a charity, which I believe he's done, I think the best advice is to just, unless it's really, really, really funny, like really funny, just shut the fuck up about it and move on.
Yep. I think that's what everyone else has done except for that retard. My Cat Mouse, the 11 euros, says, Happy 600 from Holland. Thank you for all the entertainment. Love, Adam.
Thank you.
It's good to see the Dutch getting involved in this. Thank you very much.
Should we check if the international super chat system is working right now?
We should, yes, actually. Let me look that up. Hold on. I got to get my other device. I got to get a different computer.
Send me a check and...
Hamhead, knock, knock. Who's there? Tom Meyer sucks. Tom Meyer sucks who? Donkey balls.
Well played.
It's a pretty good joke. And John's ear mites. Remember, for 18 months. Thanks, John's ear mites. Hi, Carol. Next time you talk to BM, will you let him know we still like him? Can you also please tell Adam we think he's pretty good? Is that Blind Mike?
I'm guessing.
Well, are you going to
talk
tell
to
me,
that
Carl?
traitor again?
Waiting for you to tell me how great I am, as per the super chat said.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We got a lot to get to today. There's a lot to get to. We'll get to it. Happy Valley Wrecking Crew, $2. I wish Gay Vinch would stop with the ESO crap. No, it's great. It's working for him really well. He's killing it. Everyone's enjoying his content. All right. I want to get into, I had requested some song parodies for episode 600, and the talented listeners and viewers of this show did not disappoint. Starting with Sarah D. Sarah's won a song parody contest before. She's responsible for a lot of the jingles you hear on the Creep Off and Who Are These Socials. She's fantastic. She wrote this song last year for our 500th episode, but didn't get it done in time. So now she's submitting it for our 600th episode. You'll see what I mean.
'Cause Carl has done 600 shows. People like him even without pros. He drew first blood upon Stud Joe with the help of a snarky potato. Lucy Tidebot, she's a right fuck, and the mom wife, she's the bomb wife. Producer Krista, one-line ninja, trucker Andy, like a dandy. Check out Vinny, that bitch is skinny. Review girl Annie, she's hot. Shit, what rhymes with Annie? Does she have a big Annie? I don't freaking know. Oh well, we love Annie.
Well played. Perfect length. Thank you very much, Sarah. We appreciate that. This next one comes in from a band called Preachers to a Wasted Dream. There's even a video. I've not watched this yet. I don't know what this entails. But it's called the Clubfoot Blues, Carl's Last Dance.
Carl and Chris, an unlikely pair. One had a dream, the other just stared. But fate had drawn a twisted line, and Carl's poor foot was love's decline. Chris wanted passion, fire, and grace, but Carl's foot was all over the place. A shuffle left, a wobble right. Chris gagged a little at the sight. Cut it, fix it, make it new. Carl, that thing can't dance. Doctor, I'll do whatever it takes. Chris won't love me, not with these stakes. The doctor sighed, then took a peek. Good Lord, Carl, that thing's antique. They sliced, they diced, they trimmed with care. Carl, they dreamed in love in the air.
Based on a true story.
He woke up strong, he woke up tall, but then he looked, he had lost it all.
Solo this time. We don't need guitar solos. We're good. In submissions.
Unless the guitar is telling jokes.
Machines beat. Carl took a peek. He gasped so hard he couldn't speak. Chris walked in, looked down in fright. He whispered, bro, that ain't right. The foot was gone, but in its place, a mess of wire scars, disgrace. Chris shook his head, I just can't lie. Carl, I tried, but I ain't that fine. Carl, stop, Chris, don't go, not yet. I gave my foot, there's no regret.
I'm getting lost in this now. I'm trying to fuck Chris, but he needs my feet to get fixed in order to sleep with me.
I'm shallow. I told you that.
What's going on with this?
Does this look like the Morse verse to you? This is not
Yes.
the Morse verse.
Yeah,
Save this
you're
for,
right. This is very AI sounding. All
it was
right.
a
Well, I'm
great
sure
sentiment. It was like 6 minutes too long.
I'm sure it's a fantastic ending. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll check it out later. All right. I think we need a palate cleanser. And this one comes in from the Bag Slappers. Now, I haven't watched this yet, but these guys do great work. This is, of course, Ed the Editor, Jody B, Mr. Magenta, Pornstash J, and Adam Thoreau collabing.
Wow.
Yes.
We
All-Star
are the world.
cast on this effort. We didn't start the podcasts.
Kevin, Jenny, Carl, Crow shitting on some people's shows. Kevin was the host, but then he left cause Carl's gay. Carl Doug made some jokes. Fat chick rallied all her folks and liked her show. Carl vanished cause he is so gay.
I suck a mean cock. I suck the guy off. I can't get enough dicks in my butt. Where do you want to finish? On my face? I don't care.
Made 100 episodes, all while Carl's taking loads. Opie then saves the show with how much he fucking blows. Carl goes on compound, ball washing all around. Everyone starts trashing Stutcho's kids and calls him gay. And Carl is still a homo. After 9 long years, this guy is such a queer. Carl is such a homo. Blowing dudes all day because he's so damn gay.
Chrissy starts the Dabbleverse, Tom Meyer's the fucking worst. Chris is cool, Vinny's fat, and Carl is gay. Opie's co-host died, Chad will always bomb and lie. Shuli comes on, steals the show, I vey. Cardiff, Tukey, puppets on a winning spree. Patrick Michael chewed gum, holy shit, he's fucking dumb. Joe has no class, Magenta's songs suck ass. Banfield raps, sounds like crap, trouble with investing. And Carl's still a homo. His ass is always burning, cause for dicks it's yearning. Yeah, Carl's such a homo. Don't know why he hides it when he wants to ride it.
Shuli, Uncle Rico, Opie does a puppet show. Stud Joe's a substitute, can't fit in his brother's suit. Cape Coral notes on doors, Ray DeVito, such a whore. Rochester, Dabblecon, John's brain cells are all gone.
Give me that cock. I'm all for blowing a guy in the back of a car.
Patreon and live shows, all 600 episodes. Carl sucks, Fat Joe, did I mention he is gay? John's a drunk, Opie sucks, Aaron is a major cuck. Podcast Hitman Psycho, Carl's penis micro. And Carl is still a homo. You know he likes it best when guys are coming on his chest. Carl is such a homo. I'm running out of ways to say this guy is gay.
Everyone hits on Jen, Stutcho's gone and back again. Rob Saul fucks dogs, swallows pills, brain fog. Carl's ugly, Lucy's fine, Stutcho smells like BS slime. Everyone still misses Croge, Coke and Nick Recada's nose. Steel Toe should have took the plea. Opie unleashed NYC. Banfield drug debts, Rob rapes pets, John makes empty threats.
Prison time for steel toe. John is now on Cameo. Lisa, Helga, Fritchie too. Oh no, Carl's fucking dudes.
And Carl's still a homo. Yeah, he sleeps with Jenny, wishing it was Andy. Yeah, Carl's such a homo. And when we are gone, he will still suck dong, suck dong, suck dong. And thank you, OJ.
Vinny would love that, by the way. He'd love to watch me get my ass pounded in. What was that song about? Anyone pick
what are
up?
they trying to say?
Yeah,
man?
it's very subtle, a lot of nuance to that. I'm not sure what they were trying to convey. I'm not sure what the message was. Good stuff, guys. Thank you for the bag slappers. Another veteran to the song parodies here on WTP is Tony Muskrat. And I have not listened to this, but he sent this in to us.
Carl is gay. That's what you say when you have eardrums. Now he's Lady K. Anything else is a dead name. He's hiding it the best that he can, distracting us with Jenny Jingles cans. Time to take a step into the light and shut the closet door behind you, and you'll turn to everyone and then they'll say, I think you're a girl now, a butt ugly one with a fucked up mouth. I think you're a girl now, a mix of Megan Rapinoe and Krusty the Clown. Look at his legs, looking like grocery store snow crabs. Now he's getting pegged. Sneak off with Lucy's gifted butt plus hiding in the
All right, so Tony Muskrat says this into me this morning. And then he forwards me this. Apparently he DM'd with the Mud Shark, the Z-Man over here. And he wrote, he sent him this song. And he said, I sent this song to Carl, but he refuses to play it because it makes him look bad. So I figured pass it off to you to expose him for being such a baby about it. You really were right about him all along. So he sends him the link. Now, I have not watched this yet, but apparently Chad reacted to this on his show today. So let's see if Chad fell for this.
You could also send drunk phone calls, and we're going to get to them right after we play this, because I speaking of stuttering John, you guys got to tell me if this is real or not. 323-977-9642. This one was sent to me. This is a parody song.
Let's do a hotline now. This fucking guy.
Song about Carl Heberger. This is from Tony Muskrat. And he wanted me to play it. I said, no problem, Tone. We got you over here at the Cumius Cucks, because there's not a bigger Cumia Cuck than Carl.
Ooh, I'm
because I got nothing planned for the rest of the show. So.
You're right. Yeah.
Steel
Anything
toe,
you want me to
but
play?
when it comes to Cumius Cucks, he's the one. Let me know if you can hear this. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Carl is gay. That's what you say when you have eardrums. Now he's Lady K. Anything else is a dead name. He's hiding it the best that he can, distracting us with Jenny Jingles cans. Time to take.
Is he going to talk about it? Is he just going to play it? All right, here we go. Looks like he's talking a little bit.
Look at his legs.
There it is.
Looking like grocery store snow crabs. Now he's getting pegged. Sneak off with Lucy's gifted butt plus hiding it the best that he can.
There it is.
All right, let's hear this.
From Carl. Somebody said it was one of Carl's guys. I don't give a shit. He was making fun of Carl, so I'm all in. I love it.
Nice.
Can we get this off the screen, please? Please, Chad. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love it. Speaking of, let's just do them.
It's quite the wordsmith.
Good stuff. Kurt, if you follow Chad, is this the typical commentary we get from this guy?
Yeah, this is the genius transformative content you can expect on Sit Down Zumok.
Good stuff, Chad. Thank you for that. Thank you for Tony Muskrat for being a troublemaker.
Bravo.
Was Chad just getting frustrated with himself for not doing something
Yes.
as quickly as he would have liked it?
Yeah, he couldn't figure out how to get that image off the screen so he could go back
And he
to doing
refers
the
to
show.
himself as Chad when he gets mad. That's not a good sign. Not a good
No,
sign.
Adam, he fired his producer.
Who was also
Miso.
named Chad?
No, I think it was Miso
Oh,
or
okay.
Iso. It was some parody of Iso.
Okay, good stuff. DJ Dabbles coming in with a song for us.
Yeah, do the intro twice, of course.
I know. We're gonna do something. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it. Don't talk about it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do something. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it. Don't talk about it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Don't put it on me, Lady K. I'm just repeating how you said it. Don't put it on me, Lady K. You're the one with the frosted tips. Don't put it on me, Lady K. I'm just repeating how you said it. Don't put it on me, Lady K. Am I exaggerating here? You tell me. Don't shoot the messenger. That's exactly how you said it. That's exactly how you said it. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't believe it? Yeah. I'll just play it for you. Don't shoot the messenger. That's exactly how you said it. That's exactly how you said it. Don't shoot the messenger. That's exactly how you said it. Here we go. Here we go.
We're gonna do something. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it. Don't talk about it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do something. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just
Very
do it.
motivational.
Let's
It
do it.
is.
Let's do it. Don't talk about it.
I'm making a lot of good points in this song.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
I don't care if you're gay, straight. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're non-binary. I don't care if you're a man.
Let's do it.
I don't care if you're non-white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Jewish, Catholic. I don't care. That's a fact.
Let's do it.
I don't care if you're gay, straight. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're non-binary. I don't care if you're a man.
Let's do it.
I don't care if you're non-white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Jewish, Catholic. I don't care. That's a fact.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do something. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Chorus. Might be our new theme song.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do something. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it. Don't talk about it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
You don't tell DJ Dabbles what to do.
LGBTQ plus.
Fantastic job by
Carl.
DJ Dabbles.
You and DJ Dabbles can make some money with that one.
Yes, that's going to be the beginning of every show now, for sure. Here's a quick one that came in from Dame Taft. WATP is loose.
The 600 show! That's a lot of podcasts! There can't be many left! But it was fun while it lasted!
Frosty Tips and Simpsons drops. Producer Chris is awesome.
That is as far as we ever get into that song. So thank you very much for that, Little Mastodon. And then, do you remember Steve C., executive producer for Opie and Anthony, had a band, and he had that one song?
The pendulum swings the other way.
That's the one. Dame Taft came in with a song parody of that.
Dabbleverse will get you some unwelcome attention. Carl ought to know, cause it's his invention. Block you, dox you, make you gay with AI. Carl is a cutie with koala bear eyes. Producer Chris's sidekick is witty and sly. Game show potato, let's not forget about that guy. You have incurred the wrath of John, and so he ran away. A lawsuit's coming down the pike for Chris and Lady K, and Patrick Michael's none too pleased, and Chad's been out of shape, and Carl just pulls the strings, zing, zing, zings. So hats off to Carl, and pants off to Jen.
They roast the hapless loser hosts again and again. When Opie talks to Doggy, Carl's on it like a flea. Happy 600 the WATP.
Put in a sting.
Very well done. Thank you, Dame Taft.
It's actually a big day for that song, Carl.
Why is that?
It's weird. Somebody just made an AI music video for that song.
No shit.
So they've got all this Steve C AI stuff. It was actually it was fun to watch. So
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Steve's Rope Emporium on YouTube.
That's horrible.
It is. It is a horrible name for a YouTube channel.
The Wobbly Stool Emporium.
Yeah.
That's not great. All right. I have one more thing to play for you, and then we'll move on. But this one I missed somehow. So this is going back to September. At Rev Billy Bob, also known as Douche the Dabbleverse, put this song together with Bella. This is a Misfits cover. You know the song Skulls?
Oh, yeah.
So this is Skulls. I want your skull instead of skull. And this is really good. This is the guy who also did the acoustic version of Bloody Ass. That was fantastic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's see if you come out. Come out, wherever you are.
Bloody shit stains all over his sheets. Shit where he despises. Gonna rent Carl's house for at least a week. Wipe shit on his wall. I want your skull. I need your skull. Skull. Gotta have your skull. I want your skull. Drunky I am, but I got a degree. Bloody ass and smelly feet. If you trash my kids, I'm gonna call the heat. Fatty Patty, catch me on the street. I want your skull. I need your skull. Gotta have your skull. I want your skull.
Guess what? There's a new sheriff in town. School!
Ship where you fucks little girls, but robs all fucks dogs. Ship where you fucks little girls, but robs all fucks dogs. Oh!
It's fantastic work. That is at Rev Billy Bob on YouTube. Does great stuff. Adam, what's your take on the band The Misfits? Any thoughts?
Big fan. Love the Misfits.
Jesus Christ. He's fucking with me, right?
I don't know.
He's got to be fucking with me.
Everybody loves the Misfits.
Oh, sure they do. All right, guys, coming up, I want to talk about Pure Genuine, quick segment, because Frenchie Hanna is going to change the format. I want to get into that. We have a bunch of roast videos that were sent in. Cardiff sent one in. He's got one in here. We got coming up. We got at Opie Radio, Opie freaking out about Anthony and Anthony responding to that, which is great. Maybe Armie Hammer. We're already going long. Oh, we're at the affiliates. I'm not sure about that. We have 2 minutes with Tom Myers game coming up. Your voicemails. Still so much to get to. But first, I want to thank the fine folks who are supporting the show. Supertip.gg/WATP. We got a lot of new voices here.
I'm not going to congratulate you on the 600 until I hear some self-deprecating examples of you sucking.
Also, there might be a tiny bit too many voices on here. Time to get different links for WATS and so on. Come on, just do it.
That's an interesting point. Thanks, Howard.
It was a solid Howard.
Appreciate it. Here comes Koof.
I eat poop and am a homosexual, but not as gay as Mr. Just Do It.
Dick Masterson, the first time we've seen him on the show.
So you got Howard now, huh?
We got Howard, yep.
That might be the one that takes down Super Tips.
Well, you know, I asked for Trump and Elon Musk, and Moody was just like, I'm not sure about politicians. We're not going to go there just yet. People can have them say some pretty wild shit. It's like, all right.
Good call, Moody.
Fair enough. No, I wanted Trump on here. That would be great. But we do have, this is the debut of Lisa Boswell.
Happy 600th call. I have a little surprise tucked away for you.
Okay. Still a little too fast, but good voice.
Tony Michaels here. Congratulations on 600 episodes, you toothy cuck. It's a shame none of them were good with Tony Michaels' AI super chat voice. Drive in, drive out, drive through.
Thank you. Thank you, Leo.
Happy 600 Ash Hole. Club Toad, Buck Tooth Loser. You messed with the Duke, the Day Lady K. Just do it, Ooga. Chris, thanks for the information, Mole.
Oh, KFT. Letting us know who the mole is. KFT coming in again.
I've taken 600 Newports in my mouth. I love big Newports in my mouth from the basketball people. Producer Chris texts me, "Hi, Adam. Shuli steals souls."
A lot of messages.
Yeah.
A lot of messages conveyed right there. Did I play this one or did I say this one? I wish Gay Vince would stop with the ESO crap.
Good message to repeat.
Coach Eddie Valentino, $5. Congrats on 600 episodes. Shout out to Croge and Pat Oates. Good to see Adam Busch as a regular. I agree.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
My sister-in-law, Chaos Queen, coming in $5. I can't send a super tip. It says Carl's a poopy pants and disallowed spam text. Turd. I'm not sure what that means, but that's Moody's fault. Whenever something happens with super tips, we go, Moody!
Moody!
Everyone knows that. Mason in Portland. Adam Busch, thoughts on Shuey's use of ESO via Kumia prank? Oh, that's not Mason.
I thought I liked seeing John take that turn from absolutely hating Kumia to believing that he's on his side. And that was very revealing in terms of we finally got to see that thing that John does where he goes, I play all sides of everything and will choose what side I was originally on after it's all done. And
Right.
some reason in his mind, he thinks that is, calling his shot. He thinks that's getting ahead of it when it's actually just showing how stupid you are.
Yes, I believe he called Anthony a hero. That was the word he used or something like that. Stewie felt $10. Just go full Levyverse. Chris riding a flaming clubfoot while shooting dicks out of his butt. Not a bad idea.
Sure.
Fudgical.
Well, easy for you to say.
Fudgical $5 says, happy 600, Carl. All your success is well-deserved. Proud to have been here since almost the beginning. Hashtag fuck Vince. Thank you, Fudgical. You have been not only a supporter of the show, but also someone who contributes to the show quite a bit, and I appreciate that. Kelly Clarkson is beautiful. Congrats on 600. Been with you since the Flat Earth episode. I wonder if we were the ones that convinced him the Earth wasn't flat.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I wonder
Red
about names
Force.
like that sometimes, though. I wonder if, people don't know that that's a very deep Eric the actor reference. Kelly Clarkson is beautiful. What would you
Right.
think your fans are? Like, who would these, if you didn't know that reference, what would you think that was just a Kelly Clarkson fan that loves
Well,
WATP?
also, I don't know if it's the same person, but there was a Kelly Clarkson is beautiful or something similar to that. And John always be like, no, she's not. It's like,
Said no one ever.
yeah, or said no one ever. It's like, you don't even fucking understand the Howard Stern show, you idiot. The one thing you should know.
No, he
Red
did that to
473.
KB once. That one time he was like ranting on KB for saying "just do it" and saying how stupid he sounds, and doesn't he know how embarrassing that is to start your show with "just do it"? He would do that for months until somebody pointed out it was sarcastic, and then he just stopped.
Nothing gets past him. Oh, wait, everything does. Red 473 $10 says, congrats on 600 episodes, Carl. Hoping for more bad podcasts and locales in the future. Hope Ant still has time to come on with the new job. Would love a Jimmy and Ant appearance. That would be fantastic. Jim's coming to Rochester in October. Just saying. Maybe we can work something out. Take down DDT. $50. Thank you very much for that, sir. We should probably hit something celebratory. There it is. Thank you for the $50. I appreciate it. Dominic Sanchez, $5 says, thanks for all the laughs. Been watching since I saw Kaya promoting you. I had to listen when he said you reviewed a pedopod. Been enjoying ever since. Well, thank you. I'm glad you came over from the official podcast, boys. Way back. Stewie felt $5. So frosted tips are gay, but getting your head glazed is not. I lost a bet. Oh, you're talking about Stuttering John. Getting real defensive on this Bash Carl episode. Lou Skunt. Moody top censoring us. Yeah. He stopped censoring us. Well, New Zealand's very different. The culture there is very different. Stewie felt $5. I guess you guys have never seen the insane AI videos Bob puts on his channel. I think I have.
Yeah, I used to watch his show in the beginning. I would chat him every 20 minutes into the show. I would chat, when's the show going to start? And we had a good laugh.
I think that super chat was just referencing a previous super chat about dicks flying out of Chris's butt.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Everything's different now that I'm here in the basement. Everything's different. And it's crazy watching you float in front of me. That is insane.
It's bizarre being down here with us. I agree.
Smells.
Someone's sucking up all the oxygen because we're all losing our minds down here. All right. I want to talk to you about something very important that's happening that nobody else is even reporting on.
Welcome to Pure Genuine, where we dive into authentic experience like never before. Yes, it's your host right here, Frenchie Hanna. Yes.
Frenchie Hanna, the host of Pure Genuine, came on the show today. Thank you for Catherine for emailing me a heads up. This is brand new. Just coming in. And we start off with figuring out what today's topic is going to be. This is classic.
I'm your host, Frenchie Hanna, and today I just want to talk about how I am taking more in within myself, staying to myself in certain times and moments, and just self-caring with myself and just knowing the know of who I am and who I surround myself around.
Yeah, guys, I'll follow that.
You go, girl.
That's the topic of today's episode.
Those are basically my affirmations every day.
Right. So I did not actually follow that, but then there's some clarity coming up because, as we know, Frenchie is from LA and now lives in Vegas. And Frenchie's going to talk about the difference between the people in Vegas that she now hangs around with and tries to have come on the podcast, as opposed to the people in LA.
I noticed that a lot of people in here, Vegas, they get, jealous. They feel some type of way on like what I have and what I have going on and things I have and all of that. And I'm just like trying to tell them no, come on, this is a good exposure for you and for all and me and stuff like that. And then I notice whenever I talk about like content stuff, I don't know if it's how I'm going to pond it or whatever.
It's probably how you're going upon it, I would imagine. Cardiff.
Yes.
I know you've been struggling. Tommy T is gone, and there's only so much Tom Meyer stand-up.
You want a Frenchie game?
This is the next game right here. What does Frenchie say next?
Watch Frenchie. I can't speak Frenchie. That's the thing. I can speak hacky comedian.
It's endless possibilities, though. She can make up words. She can say phrases that don't make any sense. But basically, if I can sum up what she just said, I think she's saying that the people in Vegas that she asked to come on the show are jealous of how successful she is. And that's the problem that she's having right now with getting guests on, all this jealousy that's going on. Which I could see.
Going around.
I could see that.
Why does Frenchie have a microphone in front of her?
We're all thinking it.
Not
Adam.
using it.
We're all thinking it.
She's also got that Rodecaster that's definitely not being used at all.
Lit up. She stole it from Chad.
She's showing off this equipment. It works as well as Chad's does, apparently. Showing off all this equipment and not using it. But I think this is what's actually happening here. I think this is what she's talking about.
I'll help you. I'll be on there. Yes, I'll do this. I'll do that for you. No worries. When the day comes, they don't show up. They don't answer their phone calls. I don't see them, or I'll see them out, but I'm just like, hey, what's going on? Nothing. So, I see some type of jealousy or whatever, them feeling some type of way.
So she's getting ghosted People just like, yeah, well, I'll do your show. Yeah, sure. And then they don't show up. And she's like, oh, it's because they're jealous. That must be what it is. These people aren't coming onto my show. And she talks about why they're so jealous of her.
At least it's not the trolls.
Like, are you interested in what you see, or you just know these things are valuable? Like, I don't see these things. Yes, my equipment is valuable, but I don't look at it as I look at it as, and this is what I love to do. These are the things I need to do what I love to do.
So she's got really nice gear. And so people are just like, oh, you have your own roadcaster and a Shure mic. I don't want to do your podcast. These are all things I wish I had.
I picture Frenchie standing on the strip and someone's just handing her a flyer. Come to this show. She's like, well, I'll come to that show if you do my show.
Oh, good
Over
point.
and over.
Good point. Because I was wondering what her social life is like. It's like she sees them out later and they didn't come on her show. It's just the same guy who's slapping the cards for all the prostitutes on the street. Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but a bunch of us will be in Vegas in May using promo code COME for Hackamania.com. Maybe we should start booking some appearances.
That's a really good idea. We should probably get on her radar. Although, I have really bad news. So she starts off by explaining that she's going to be focusing on herself, and people are flakes, and they're jealous, and they're ghosting her. And so this leads to the new format of Pure Genuine.
And I told myself the middle of last month, I was just like, you know what? With my podcast, I'm just going to talk about me and what I'm going on and what I'm seeking through life and what I'm going to ponder on and how I'm feeling, and talk about how I can help you guys, and talk about...
Took a long time to get to anybody else besides herself on that one. It's about me and my feelings and what I'm up to and what I'm doing, and I'll try to help you guys out too.
But you have to help me help you.
Right.
Talk about, a little bit of pop culture here and there as well.
All right, a little pop culture. So, unfortunately, Cardiff, now things might change because it is May. You guys have plenty of time to get your tickets. Hackamania.com, promo code WATP. And so maybe things will change, but it sounds like Frenchie has decided this is a solo podcast from now on. Disappointing.
Oh, that's why she's not showing the other chair.
Oh, you're right. Even changed the camera. Like, there isn't even another microphone in here anymore.
Nope.
I pawned it off. It's gone.
I would
Can't
go
have
on,
it.
I'd walk in, I'd see her equipment and say, no, just walk away. Not with
Oh, you're one of those professionals with nice cameras. I'm out of here. I won't stand for it. So that's a weird reaction, but she's a weird person.
Yeah, I've never had an interaction with someone that didn't go well that I felt was definitely because they were jealous of me.
Right.
Or because, yeah.
Yeah, the last time my band got booed off the stage, I'm like, look at these jealous assholes.
They're all so jealous.
Why are they so jealous of how awesome we are?
But again, it's just like John. It's no different than
Right.
John.
Right.
Julie's only trashing him because he's jealous.
Yep.
All these people are...
That's why he's the Duke of the Dabbleverse. Yeah. Dude, I heard Aaron saying that earnestly like a week or two ago, where he goes, and I think he was probably trolling, but he's like, John's obviously the most successful person in all of this. If you look at his credits and everything, it's just like, yeah, okay. Now I think about it, he had to be trolling. He's not that stupid. Okay. People sent in either congratulations or roasts. I have a feeling I'm going to be called gay a few more times. I've not watched these, but I
haven't even started yet.
I know. I'm going to go through in alphabetical order. So we're going to start with Andy. Trucker Andy sent in a video for us celebrating episode 600. Thank you all for being here for episode 600. This is a big celebration of WATP.
Hey, Carl, you drunk fucking gremlin. Congratulations on 600 episodes. A lot of people are saying that the show didn't really take off until producer Chris joined. But the only thing producer Chris ever produces is a bar tab. I'm not saying that he's drunk, but his liver lives on the back of the bar at Stevie Tomatoes. I'm not trying to say that Chris is a burnout, but his lungs look like James Woods' house.
It's pretty good.
Adam Busch recently joined the show. Adam, it took me about 7 years, but I finally got this nice place down in Cape Coral. If you want to take that too. I mean, it's pretty much like this place. The view sucks and the neighbors are assholes. But just remember, my wife likes her back rubbed when she's falling asleep. You fucking what?
Yeah.
Carl, after 8 years of lying and gaslighting, you've changed the game. Carl yells retard so much that he redefined punching down to mean punching downs. If you don't believe me, let's check out Carl's favorite episode, 88.
Stamps.com. I mean, at least ADT makes a little bit of sense. She's like, and Jenna was never heard from again. Her father is still weeping. Do you need to get lots of things done before the holiday season? Stamps.com can save you time and money. Well, let's take a quick second here, Andy. Hey, Andy, did you know that Audible is a leading provider of premium digital spoken audio information and entertainment on the internet? It's true. Yeah. It didn't make any sense to me that music bed, for some reason, the show starts off with that nonsense. Yeah. And then it's just dry. Yeah. Her show doesn't exist unless people are not found. Yeah. So when she's relieved that someone was found that she's never heard of, has no connection to it all, she's just watching the news to see if people have been found or not, and that she's relieved by that.
Bullshit artist.
I call bullshit artists on that.
Her parents had been worried about some of the people that she'd been hanging out with because she was often a bit too trusting of others who may not have the best intentions.
So wait a second, she's 25 years old and she's a little too trusting of others. This chick sounds pretty hot. I don't know what you were thinking when you listened. I'm like, wait a second, where is this girl? All right, so this game is What Remark Got Carl Targeted by the Vanished podcast, episode 88. A, shitting on the sponsors. B, shitting on the production. C, shitting on the ethics. D, hitting on victims. Anyone want to take a guess? I think I know the answer.
I think you played the answer already.
But then, much later in the episode, you hear this.
Jenna is described as 4 feet 11 inches tall, weighing about 140 pounds.
Oh, nope, never mind. Not hot. So here's my question.
I was just like, those proportions do not line up.
Here's my question for you. How do you lose this person? Did you even look at Arby's? I mean, she can't have gotten that far away.
Oh,
really an E.
You're going with E as the answer?
Yes.
Oh, boy. All of the above. Okay.
No, I can't believe that it's been 600 episodes, guys. We've come a long way. Haven't I? From episode like 62 to regular featured guest to basically as much time as Gary in San Diego. So I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you guys. Here's to 600 more.
The irony.
Go fuck yourself.
If I could translate
Spoiler
for Adam
alert.
Busch. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
But if I could translate for Adam Busch, Andy is saying he's paid his dues.
That's right. He's a dues payer on the WATP. All right. Great job, Andy. Always kills it on these things. Blind Mike said it in something. Again, I've not watched this yet.
Neither is he.
Right.
Carl gave me his usual script to read about how great he is and what an achievement it is to do 600 episodes. But my friend Tom Myers has unburdened me, and I don't have to take this guy's crap anymore. So I just wanted to send a video to say that celebrating 600 episodes, you do 2 episodes a week. Just every year you've built in a milestone to be like, aren't I great, everyone? It's not 600 great episodes, 600 fun episodes. We're just congratulating you for doing the show at the time you've decided to do it every week. So, congratulations for not dying, I guess. No one asked you to do this. but you guys have persevered through that. And 600, my God, mazel tov.
Well done. Well put.
Yeah, he's got a couple points
Pretty
there.
ridiculous. I'm glad I didn't play that early on the show. Jesus. I would be like, yeah, what are we doing here? Brian Johnson. Tell him Steve Dave weighing in.
Hey, Carl, it's me, the world famous Brian Johnson, and I'm here to congratulate you on your 600 episode. 600 is no small feat. I know this. I'm in the 600 club myself. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of stick-to-itiveness. But also, WATP has introduced me to some things. Steel Toe, The Creep Off, Tukey, El Horrible, Cardiff, OJ, Nobody Likes Onions, Kumi's Cucks, that reality show or whatever it's called these days, Drew Lane, Rock Bottom, Patrick Michael, and Jake Hudson. And what do all these things have in common? What do all these podcasts have in common? They're all vastly superior to your own. I'm sorry to tell you this, but your show sucks. It sucked for a while. I didn't want to tell you. I see the comments on Reddit, and I agree with most of them. So sorry to say that, but it's the truth. So I would say do the opposite of what's been your motto for the past couple of months. Don't just do it.
Jake Hudson is the one that really hurt. that one sunk deep. That was rough.
He's really grown as a broadcaster. Jake
I guess so. I've been checking in, but fair enough, Brian. I'll do a better job. Thank you for sending that in. The great Brian Johnson. Now, this one was sent to me today. Again, I've not watched it yet, but I'm told there's a big surprise in it. It's coming in from Christian Blatt. And hopefully it does. Oh.
I don't know if this is supposed to be all in one take, but I'm going to cut. Yes, it's me, Frenchie Hanna. Hello to Chris. Here we go. Cut. Yes, it's me, Frenchie Hanna. Hello to Carol and Chris and Andy and Lucy and Vinny and everyone celebrating 600 episodes. As a podcaster myself, it's a great accomplishment to do that many episodes of a podcast. As a podcaster myself, it is a great accomplishment to do that many episodes of a podcast.
One for safety.
Now, here are some advices on. You guys want everything to be quality. Mm-hmm. You guys want a middle, a beginning, and an end to whatever you are talking about. Order. Know exactly what you are talking about. Yes. And just be authentic with yourself. Be authentic, be the most purest, genuine as you can be on your podcast. Yes. And that will gravitate to the audience that you are desired to look for, and know
I think we're off script
what
now.
you are there for, and know who you are targeting. Know those type of audience that you are trying to target, and lock in your target, zero in, and hit that target, and voila. Once again, congratulating on 600 episodes. Yes. Please wait for a few seconds and then say very excitedly. Welcome to Hakamania.
That's great. The one thing I'll ask is the thing from the end. Just say, welcome to Hack-A-Mania.
Oh, welcome to, okay, here we go. Welcome to Hack-A-Mania.
Perfect.
You were kind of reading the stage direction there for a minute there, but all right.
Exit stage left.
Pulled a Biden on that one.
That was great.
Fantastic. You had something to do with that, producer Chris?
No, I just knew that something like that was going to happen. So
because Christian told me you had something to do with it.
No.
Oh, you're being modest.
I said just do it.
Producer Chris is being modest right now.
That's all Blatt.
That was great. Thank you, Christian. I was not expecting that. He said it was a broadcasting legend was going to be on. And I thought for sure it'd be like Jackie Martling or some loser, but no, Frenchie Hanna. Yes. Amazing. Dr. Steve coming in.
Hey, Carl, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and congratulations on your 600th episode. Now, do you know why we celebrate these centennial milestones? It's because we evolved with 10 fingers. That's it. Whoop-de-freaking-do. You know, Opie and Anthony, the duo you lifted Jocktober from, clocked over 3,500 shows in their career. So 600 is kind of disappointing, don't you think? Anyway, I hope you have a celebration that's full of fluids and secretions, all untainted by human pathogens. Congrats, my friend, and I'll see you at Hackamania, May 9th through 11th. That's hackamania.com. Offer code WEIRD for 10% off. Use my offer code. Don't let Carl...
He's going to get my channel struck with that shit. Literally, with that shit. Oh, thank you, Dr. Steve.
I'm sure it's fine.
You think so?
What do I know?
Yeah. And if anyone's curious, if you ever wanted to porn bomb Carl, you just have to send him stuff. He does not review it, and he'll just play it, and there you go. So have at it, everybody.
Never doing this again.
From his trusted crew.
Yeah. Get it to me. I've been working him for years, getting him to play
It's true.
unwatched videos.
Holy shit. This has been the plan all along.
Yes. This is the big reveal for John when he comes back next week.
Because you were going to beat us up in Chicago, and then you realize, hold on, what if I let this play out for 6 years?
Yes.
I could really get him. All right, we'll play a couple more of these, then we'll do some Opie stuff, and then I got some more of these tributes to get to. I don't know, Anna. How are you feeling about these so far?
The tributes?
Yeah.
It's hit and miss, you know?
It is.
I appreciate the energy. I like them for about 10 seconds each.
It's Andy
and they
this.
should be available for us to listen to on our own if we like to.
All right. Well, let's see what Eric Zane has to say to us.
Hey, Carl. It's your old pal EZ. I'm taking a little time out from making my face pale to congratulate you on 600 episodes. That is outstanding. I knew you were going to make it when the LARPers and the neckbeards on the subreddit turned on you. Congratulations, you ugly fuck.
That's
Thank
a
you.
professional.
That's how you do it right there. 18 seconds. Perfect. Adam was only bored for half of the time.
I just kept waiting for his dog to show up and take a shit on
I know. There was a new blanket on the couch. I know. That's all I was looking at. E-Rock coming in.
Hey, Carl, was actually trying to find a way to sound sincere about congratulating you on 600 episodes, but I just couldn't do it. So I decided to reach out to somebody who I thought it would actually mean something.
That's all you guys do, right? You talk.
Just plug in and go on, right?
Yeah.
Tell a couple of jokes.
Man, I kill for that job.
Yeah.
You just sit there, right?
Yeah.
You just talk. Yes and no.
Never mind. Fuck that guy forever. Fuck Deadbeat John. Fuck Tom Myers. Fuck Patrick Michaels. Fuck that stuttering drunk one more time. Fuck every terrible show that you made us sit through each and every week, sometimes twice a week. Fuck you, Carl.
There's rotten apples in every profession. Indeed. Nobody will ever say that there isn't.
Never stop fucking that guy in every aspect of his life. You know what? Calm down. I take it back. Carl, you're fine. Chris is better. Kaylee's the best, along with the potato. Hey. That's your 5-star review. Congratulations on 600 episodes. Now I have to go into Costco and find my family.
Oh, fantastic. Eric, he was doing, I thought he was doing John, but I guess he was doing
He was
Opie.
doing the Opster.
I think he was doing both of those guys.
That was really nice to see Tony Michaels, but he didn't do the catchphrase.
That was Todd Pettengill. Oh, E-Rock.
Oh,
I
that's
get it.
team, yeah.
I get it. All right, we're going to come back to these. We actually have a couple of big surprises coming up next. So I'm going to save those until after we do some Opie stuff. Let's get caught up real quick with what the people are saying. The people who seem to like us and like us a lot. We appreciate that, including Mary Beth Johnson.
Happy episode 600, guys. Insert dumb Simpons reference.
It's timey for everyone's favorite new game show. I don't speak Frenchy.
Carl, since you're a homo, can I suck on Jenny's titties?
Yes, Mary Beth, as long as it's not Slow Wife saying that.
That would be the name of the game. I don't speak Frenchy if I do a game.
I think you could pull it off, though. I think that would be actually an easy one for you. Dang Lizard, congrats to 600 episodes. 10 good ones. Good Gia. It's a pretty good joke. I don't know how you come up with
First.
something that good. Stewie Felt says, there are so many free-range whack packers out there, aren't there? It is amazing. Oh, our former review girl, Hannah, is former boyfriend, Mr. Hannah. I only subscribe to your Patreon because it's the only place to see pictures of my ex-girlfriend's tots. Congrats to 600, you toothy clubfoot. Well, I'm sure you saved some for yourself, but yes. Hannah, very sensual pics up on our Patreon, patreon.com/who are these podcasts. Stewie Felt, so Frenchy? I think Michael Jackson has another kid. The Blackcast. I literally have 10 more minutes from this video.
I'll bet.
Oh boy, there's a lot of outtakes.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out why she seems so afraid and nervous. And then I realized, oh, it's because Chris is yelling at her from off screen.
Reverend Billy says, Carl, without you, there would be no Dabbleverse. Thank you, bro. I wasn't sure if you were blaming me or congratulating me, but that is probably the truth. All right. Speaking of the Dabbleverse, let's get into one of our favorites on here.
Bum, 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 bum.
So it's been nonstop since Anthony announced he got a job with WABC in New York City, that everyone is asking Opie about his response to it, his reaction to it, and Opie can't stop himself. He keeps talking about it over and over again, which causes Anthony to then talk about what Opie is saying, which is fantastic. I love it all. I'm really enjoying this era of Opie because, Adam, you've been pointing out to me, there's very little differences between Opie and Stuttering John at this point.
It's at the point where Cardiff could have another game show that is just you read us the text and we have to guess whether it's John or Opie because they're using the same language about the same things in the same way.
I kind of already have that game.
Can't wait.
Who said it?
There's a lot of blame to go around. None of the blame goes to Opie though. It's everyone else's fault for the predicament that we're all in. And it starts with this. Opie is talking about Anthony here and how Opie and Anthony, the show, ended.
After 11 years since Anthony ruined the best radio show in America, the Opie and Anthony show, he's the reason the show ended because he couldn't help it with his stupid racist crap.
Isn't that interesting? Opie has always said the show was going to end anyway. He was done with it. He was ready to move on. They were going to go their separate ways. Maybe Opie'd go in the afternoons, let Anthony and Jim stay in the mornings. The show was over. It hadn't been good for a long time. And now he's coming on and going, the show would have kept going, but Anthony was a racist. And that's what ended it. It's so convenient now that all of a sudden he can blame Anthony for ending the greatest radio show of all time. Similar to Stuttering John, he changes the past to fit whatever he's complaining about.
To fit whatever he's feeling at the time. And it's crazy. He's normally so still, and now he's just like all over the place. He's shaking his head. He can't make eye contact with the camera. He's just kind of actually flailing in front of us, mentally and physically, trying to process whatever's happening and come up with anything to say in response because he's got nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of feels going on in these clips. And so talking about Anthony's return to radio.
Anthony Cumia is making his triumphant return to part-time AM radio, and I'm supposed to be jealous. No, of course I'm not jealous. What year is this? Oh my God, I'm making my triumphant return to CB Radio. I'm going to have a handle. My handle's going to be Greg Shells, and I'm going to be heard on Channel 19 as I make my triumphant return to CB Radio.
I just want to point out another similarity between Opie and John. That was a tweet. We showed it on this show. Opie put that tweet out, and now he's reading his tweet on the show because the joke was so good he had to reuse that.
And just like John, he had a guest on yesterday, and he told a joke, and then a minute later his guest came on, and he had to tell them the joke because they hadn't heard it. Once again, reminding us that this show is not for any audience watching. It's just for him and whoever he's talking to.
Yeah, just having a conversation with, was that with Ron the waiter?
Yes, who goes by a wacky new name now. It's pretty funny. You should
Ron the ringworm. Because they think he has ringworm, guys.
It's crazy. And he's a
These
waiter.
guys-
That's a terrible idea.
I know.
Of course I'm not jealous. And he's lying. He's not making $300,000 at ABC. There's not even a chance. Lies, yeah. Lies, yeah. Who did that? Lies. Oh, the Thompson twins. Oh my God, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut on your home of rock and roll. Whatever, man. We live in a world where people just make up shit. So what are you gonna do?
This man needs a friend. He needs to have normal adult conversations with someone. This is not how normal people behave. And I honestly think talking into a screen for hours a day drives people insane.
You would
It's
know.
not healthy. So he's all over the place. And he has to start soothing himself with his own self-serving lies.
I don't know what that means. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I'm putting you in timeout. You just wrecked the flow of my live stream, not Jimmy Stewart. So you're in timeout.
Oh, now he's blocking people.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who else we know does
Not
things
Jimmy
like
Stewart.
that.
I've heard that name before.
Yep.
If you're blocking
never
people
got a job
and you're
off-
looking at a stream that has about 20 to 30 people in it maximum, you've
It's a
got
high
a real
percentage.
problem.
It's a high percentage of people you're blocking. Yes.
You never got a job offer at ABC. You are seething that Anthony's back at radio and embarrassing you. Ha ha ha. I just tell the truth. If you don't want to believe that I've had numerous offers to go to WABC, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. If you don't want to believe that, I'm not going to sit here and convince you. I know I'm telling the truth. The people around me know I'm telling the truth. My family knows I'm telling the truth. It just didn't make
Oh
sense.
my gosh, that's another one. Ask AJ Benza. Ask, he's always doing that. Ask Robert Myers. Ask my family knows. I'm telling you. It's like, none of this means anything. Daddy won, Opie.
Yeah, and he said, ask anyone around me. He's alone.
Yes. Yeah, right. Is Doggy there? I don't see him.
It just didn't make sense money-wise because, I'm in a position that I need to make money. I need to make a certain nut. That nut would be hundreds of $1,000s a year. So when a radio station offers you, in my case, that was a guesstimate because what they really offered was a revenue share with the money they would make in advertising to do a couple hours a day. The offer was 10 a.m. to noon was the last offer.
Okay. This is very odd. And we played this on the show when Opie was talking about this years ago, where he was offered to go on the radio and it was going to be a revenue split and he couldn't make sense of it because he wasn't going to make enough money because he had to pay out his agent and the co-hosts and all this kind of stuff. But now he's saying he was offered the 10 to 12 slot on WABC. I looked this up. You know who has that slot right now? Brian Kilmeade. Brian is an anchor on Fox and Friends. He is famous. Millions of people watch, Fox News channel and shit. And this station is a very much a conservative talk station. If you look at their lineup, they have Mark Levin, Roger Stone, Bill O'Reilly. I mean, these are all like the big conservative hosts. And they're asking Opie to be in the late morning slot of that station. Doesn't even make sense. Why? Opie doesn't talk politics, as you know. Like, what's he going to do? Go to the phones? Just be like, hey, what do you think about the last executive order? Opie's like, executive orders are stupid. I don't know. You'd have nothing.
The way his mind thinks, I bet he believes that he hasn't been political just so he wouldn't screw up getting a gig like this. So if he was asked to be on conservative radio, he could say, yeah, sure, you're not going to find any, differing opinions in my past. He doesn't understand that to be on conservative radio, you would not need to have no opinion. You would need to have a strong opinion like all of those people that you mentioned that are on the network have. Like you said, what is he going to talk about? And can I just say something really fast? The arrogance of this guy to talk to, KB's talking to cops like that, and this guy is talking about money. He's saying, I couldn't take the gig. I need money. And that wasn't enough money. You motherfucker. If you need money, you take a job even if it's not as much as you would like. Why? Because you need money. Do not talk to us like you're someone who really understands what it means to need money in today's society. You sound like a spoiled, just like puffy little just
from
piece
his
of paper.
beach house.
Yeah, from your beach house with the view of the Hamptons Ocean, like a classic sign of privilege. It is so offensive, and he doesn't even know. He has no idea. He's, thinking he's relating to the common man. Yeah, we all take jobs and lose jobs. If you need money, you take it, or you shut the fuck up.
And I have clips later on with Anthony watching this exact portion and reacting to it. And the other thing that Opie's not understanding here, okay, let's say this was a real thing, that they said, Opie, watching the 10 to noon slot, we don't have a salary for you, but whatever we sell in advertising revenue, we'll split with you, and you'll make a portion of that. And so here's what the ranges might be or something like that. Opie could take that opportunity and then promote other things that he's doing and build a larger audience that isn't Opie and Anthony people, that aren't jaded with his past career. And he could start something else up. Being on the radio, I looked up the ratings. WABC is the highest rated AM station in New York City. It's got a 4.6 share. It's doing way better than WFAN, the Fan, has a 2.7. Now, I realize the Giants and the Jets suck, so maybe that's part of it. But still, when I think about sports talk, I always assume, that's going to do. That's an FM station that's doing sports talk. And yet, this AM station is doing twice the number. So there's an audience there. I'm with you guys that AM radio is not my go-to. But you're in an area that reaches 14 million people with this signal, probably more at nighttime, especially with AM. And so, yeah, there's a huge audience out there. And Opie's only thought is, I need to make this amount of money in order to do the job.
If he actually had somebody working on this podcast with him, if he had like a Royce or even just a friend, they would say, dude, if you do that gig for no money, you can plug the podcast. It's only a couple hours. Do it, and everyone will know about them. It's free advertising. Like, for us to buy advertising on WABC would be so expensive. You could do it for 2 hours a day. And no, his ego won't let him, and we're supposed to feel bad for him.
And he says, I don't know if I have the clip, but he says at some point in here, he's like, that's going to be a lot of work to do a radio show. It's like, dude, all you do on your show now is read the chat. On a radio show, you can take phone calls like you love to do. Problem is, Opie would have to know what the fuck is going on in the world and in New York City. And he can't be bothered to know what's happening.
I guess I said it years ago, knowing that eventually Anthony was going to get a job there. But Chaz calls me. He's like, oh, I just need you on this station. How about 10 a.m. to noon? You don't have to work Fridays. He goes, but and I go, at that time, I did say, all right. Because I was kind of thinking, it wouldn't be that bad to go on a radio station to promote the podcast I was doing with Carl Ruiz.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There you go.
I said, all right, Chaz, I want to hear more. He goes, all right, so it's 10 a.m. to noon, 4 days a week. We'd want you in studio, but you certainly could do a whole bunch of shows wherever you want.
Sounds
At
amazing.
that time, I was pretty much living at the beach house.
Great.
And he goes, well, there's one problem. What's the problem, Chaz? That's why I know they're not offering Anthony $300,000. He's lying through his teeth. Chaz goes, we can't pay you. We can't pay you. I go, what do you mean? So he goes, what we can do is what's called a revenue share. So whatever money we bring in advertising wise, we'll split with you. And so then we crunched the numbers, and at the time they were bringing in for that time slot somewhere just under about $100,000 in ad revenue. I would have to split half of that with WABC, and I wouldn't get all of that because I was only doing 2 hours of that time slot. Are you still following me?
Nope.
And then I would have to pay my agent. I would have to pay Carl. I would have to pay Vic. It absolutely wasn't worth it to me. So,
all right. So Opie's only thinking about what the offer was money-wise and not considering anything else here, which is fine, but Opie's worth zero. Until someone offers him more money, that's what he is worth.
But isn't the point of a revenue sharing too that if you do well and you increase the revenue, you'll make more?
He knows that's not even an option. He won't even consider it.
Yes, correct. Yeah, he even says, he goes, well, based on what they're making in that time slot now, I would make blank.
Playing
Yeah, but you're
reruns.
Opie, right? Shouldn't you be making way more than the guy from Fox and Friends because you're so famous and you know how radio works? But
Doing it since
anyway,
he's 18, Carl.
he keeps explaining that this station who just hired Anthony's been going after him for all this time. And then he's like, all right, I want to move on. I don't want to talk about this stuff anymore. He tries to transition into some political talk about Trump.
What's up, Opster? What's up? Ant said he might get a chance to interview Trump at ABC. What do you think? That'd be absolutely amazing. I don't compete with Anthony. I would wish him well, but you know what? F Anthony. Last time I wished him well, everything was going smoothly. Wrote back. He wished me and my family a Merry Christmas. He said in the text, I could show it again. It's so good we're not taking shots at each other. And then next thing you know, he turned around and quickly and started taking shots at me again. So I'm not going to wish him well. I just hope that now that he's on, you know, I mean, all kidding aside, I think going to AM radio is kind of stupid and bogus, considering where the world is with podcasting and satellite radio still king, and FM, which is kind of falling apart, is above AM radio. The fact is, he'll be talking to a lot more people than me. And if it helps stroke his stupid ego, my thought is if it strokes his ego enough, he'll leave me the F alone finally. So that's what I have to say about that. But I'm not wishing him well because every time I wish him well, he'll write me back. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. You know, I really appreciate that. And then the next time he goes on some low level live stream, you know, because he's unprepared, he goes and attacks me. Go F yourself.
He is spiraling.
Oh, yeah.
Just talking to himself. Just starting off with, I don't care. I don't give a shit. You think I give a crap if this guy's getting a job that sucks anyway? No one who wants that stupid job. I don't give a shit. Do I give a shit? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Like, he's literally talking to himself.
See, Opie's in touch.
This is why people are watching Opie right now, because he's a mental case who's actively losing his mind.
Yeah, and he did the John thing of threatening to show the DMs. He's like, I got the text. I'll show
you guys what's going on. And he's trying to do like a fun, lighthearted morning show. Like the whole point of this is like, wake up with Opie. We'll talk about having our coffee and Doggy might show up. Like that's the whole point of this thing.
And how long's that last?
And then he gets all upset over one fucking free chat that he can't help but read. He doesn't need to read any chats.
Could have had the vegetables.
Could have had the vegetable party.
Yep. Happiest I've ever seen him.
I can't stand that he insists on being backlit.
No shit.
I'm just trying to make a thumbnail for my podcast, OP. I just need one stinking thumbnail. People can see your fucking face.
Turn off the sun.
Fucking shadow man here. All right, so talking about what would Opie do on WABC, it doesn't make sense that you'd even hire him since it's a political talk format.
You don't sound jealous. If I sound jealous, whatever. I'm not jealous. Trust me, I'm not jealous.
Okay.
But when I was talking to those guys, I go, look, I don't want to do politics. And Chaz over there goes, you don't have to do politics. And I was thinking to myself, this was the offer to do the 10 a.m. to noon revenue share. I go, I don't want to do politics though, because you don't have to. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm on WABC and I don't have to do politics. Okay, how is that going to work? You know, they would lose their minds out there in their cars. Why aren't you talking about the New York City politics? Oh, my God, no. But Chaz is a really good guy over there. He runs the whole cluster of stations. And when I met him, he hugged me. He goes, you and Anthony made me so much money back in the day when you were at NEW. I'm like, what? You didn't work for WNEW? He goes, we got to so many people wanted to advertise on Opie and Anthony back then that we got the spillover. To this day, I don't really understand because he was working for another radio station.
Yeah.
But I guess some of these people couldn't get on our show, so they bought time on his station or something. But he goes, no, man, I made so much money off you guys, even though I wasn't a officially a salesman for WNEW. And he literally gave me a hug.
That doesn't make any sense. He even caught himself, too, as he's telling the story. This guy never even worked for my show, but he said that my show made him money, which it would do the opposite if all the ratings were on his show, and this guy's selling for another channel.
And that young man's name was Conrad Arnold.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Him to me.
Yeah, it's right back to people praising him and what a hero he's been.
I mean, he's spinning so hard. He's like, Ant got a new gig at ABC, but I once got a hug.
Yep.
Twice, yeah, as you said. Okay. So it's crazy, too, because as Opie's trying to figure out why he's not working on the radio and Anthony is, it started with there's no money in radio. They couldn't offer me enough money. And then it turns into, and they would want me to do politics. And I said, I can't do politics. And they said, that's okay. You don't have to do politics. Well, that sounds like you don't know what to do then, Opie. You're Opie Radio. You're the guy. And we go, hey, do you want to work on a radio station? He's just like, I don't know. What would I talk about?
He had a long list, and he's mentioned all of the things that he won't do on the show. He hasn't said one thing that he would. Do you know what it's like when you hire a job and the guy's like, first things first, here's a list of all the things that won't happen? This guy's unhireable.
I'm going to take a lot of breaks. I don't do well with authorities, so don't tell me what to do.
I'm going to lose things.
I'm going to lose things.
I'm sick a lot.
Yes. And if you tell me to write an email with 5 things I did last week, there's no fucking way I'm writing that email. I don't know what I did.
So when do I start?
When do I start?
And they refuse to be on camera. I must be in the shadows because anything else other than me is much more interesting. So just show that first.
All right, here's a quick one. Opie thinks that Anthony, has everyone drinking the Kool-Aid out there.
I believe they offered you 40 G's and Anthony 300,000. I believe whatever you want, Edward. Like I said, you guys drink the Kool-Aid. You guys all drink the Anthony Kool-Aid. So, believe whatever you want. Let me get rid of this guy. He's trying so hard, and none of your hate will be seen by anybody. Have fun making another account. Jesus.
Wow. Who said it?
Yep, it really is. Adam's thesis here is that we have Stuttering John minus the alcohol is basically what we're seeing here. There's no awareness, no talent. He's feeding the trolls nonstop, but then also hates it. His only content is reacting to trolls. He's reading insults throughout the show.
He does do a beer show, Carl.
He does a beer show.
He has no neck. He just said the thing that ended John's relationship with Howard. It was when John said, drink the Kool-Aid. I'm sure you're all drinking the Kool-Aid. So what language does he use? The exact same language.
Also, this is an important point to make, and it will be made later by Anthony himself. I have the clip. Anthony never said he's making $300,000.
Oh, wow.
The guy who chatted him said he's making $300,000. And Opie started singing lies, lies, lies. And he's calling him a liar and yelling over and over again. And this was the thing that we made fun of Opie for last week and the week before. He lets the chat tell him things, and he believes that is what Anthony said or did. We did that? What a fucking asshole. It's like, yeah, this is the same thing that John used to do, too.
Exactly.
All the time. Kevin Brennan just said your kids are losers. What? Or even with Anthony, too. They used to tell him Anthony just said this thing on his show, and John would lose his shit over it. It's like, why are you believing trolls, and why is your show dictated by them? You can't have any other format than to read the notes of people who don't like you and are actively clowning you to your face?
It's such an odd scenario because his career would truly be doing so much better if he didn't do anything at all. If he just went away and sat home, goodwill would develop. People would start to miss him. They might even ask him to do things. But here he is actively showing us every day why we should never spend any time near him, listening to him, or spend any money on him ever.
That's so sad. This company would run better if you weren't in it. Yeah, but it's called Opie Inc. I just said this company would run better if you weren't in it.
There are politicians that they're like, your public appearances are not helping. We just need your name and you to shut the fuck up. Just let your name do the work and you just shut the fuck up and stay at home.
All right, but Opie's going to talk about, he's got big plans. He's going to defend the Costco live stream that we played on this very show, and I believe others carried it as well.
People watching in any parking can be entertaining. Yeah, man, I thought my Costco live stream was fantastic. My God, we were gonna talk to the guy that puts all the shopping carts back into the corral.
Nice.
I was planning an exclusive interview with that guy,
Sweet.
and then across the parking lot was a Petco or a PetSmart, same store. You're not fooling anybody, PetSmart and Petco. I was going to go in there for an exclusive interview and maybe see how long I could pet kittens until I have a major allergy attack where I have to go to the hospital. I was thinking of doing that. I had plans for the Costco parking lot show, but then my son called because he needed my debit card. If you want to know the truth. And then I walked in, and the guy's like, "You can't come in here without a membership." I'm not trying to sneak into Costco. Trust me.
So he's defending this embarrassing stream that Tukey played, we played here. And he's going, no, but I wanted it to be better. Good. Well, good. Glad to hear that. I wanted to do things that'd be interesting. Cool. It's a good start. Now, next time, execute on those ideas so that you can actually say you did do something interesting and good.
He's completely lost in his mind. It's all fantasy and delusion, and he's officially at the point now where if he thought about it, I could have done it, and isn't that the same thing as having done it? Because in my mind, it feels the same. I had all these great ideas. I was inspired for a minute. That was a great show. Yeah, that was all in your head, Opie. We were just watching a guy in the back of his car alone who, and I believe this part, had to end his stream because his son needed his debit card.
Yes.
The only reason you were asked to go to Costco to begin with.
Correct. Can we just grab your credit card? Well, sometimes they need me to sign the thing. All right, yeah, you come with us then. That's fine.
And it's so much like John to be like, and I couldn't get in because this asshole said I didn't have
know.
a card.
It's
but
not
he had
everything
the
you do is
chippy.
interesting. All of it's uninteresting, actually. That's the rule to live by.
Actually,
this is an interesting. Oh, go ahead, Cardiff.
I do know Costco's policies very well. And the name on the membership card being scanned and the name of the credit or debit card being used need to match.
Oh, do you think that maybe it's his wife's membership?
I don't know. He would have to be in, like...
Yeah, I don't know why they're giving him
there.
a hard time to... Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Probably because it was like a homeless guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Coming here for the hot dogs.
This is interesting. Opie's using language that tells me either he wants to be the center of the Dabbleverse or subconsciously he does. He doesn't realize it.
You still in real estate? Kinda. I mean, kinda. When I was first let go from SiriusXM, I dabbled. A friend of mine was in real estate, and I dabble. I was involved with a couple deals, made some nice pocket money on the side. Nothing crazy.
Right here, that we need this.
Not actively doing it. I thought I would like it more than I did. I just dabbled.
We need that drop. Got it. Right there. Why did he have to say dabble 5 times? He knows he's in the Dabbleverse. People point it out to him all the time. His thing used to be
babble, babble, babble.
And now it's dabble, 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 apparently. What a transformation.
He's lost it.
I don't know that he ever had it, but I hear what you're saying. There's been a transformation. I think he really has transformed into that Stuttering John arc, which is impressive. It's not easy to do. A lot of people can't pull that off.
Well, it's one thing to watch John circle the drain in his car looking like a homeless lesbian, but watching Opie circle the drain at his beach house all by himself, totally different. And yet they're kind of the same.
No, it's John with money and not an addiction to alcohol.
Yeah, right.
They both didn't process losing their dream gigs. They both are still stuck, frozen there, and in denial about it. And since then, John has had to suffer many different humiliations watching all of his friends succeed. Watching Ross, the intern from The Tonight Show, has never been bigger than right now. Watching everyone, Howard, everyone that turned their backs on him is continuing to thrive. And it takes away John's neck and it makes him lower and lower and lower. And Opie now has the same thing. You can't see his neck. He's getting lower and lower and lower in that frame. And, you know, he's bitter and he's railing against his enemies in this really, it broke him. Watching this happen to his friend, his enemy, get his dream gig just broke him. And what he's doing now is just flailing around. So I think if we're looking for a new John, this is it. Like, this is happening in real time, and it's happening.
It's happening in real time. And what's interesting, as you were setting that up, you were talking about how John had to watch good things happen to everyone around him as his life became more and more miserable. But what John did in order to get him through all of that was blame everyone else. It wasn't his fault. It was Shuey's fault. It was my fault. It was Howard's fault. It was, he's throwing out the blame game. Well, Opie's doing the exact same thing.
Stop bad-mouthing everyone, Anthony, Jim, etc. Make friends and maybe things will turn around for you. Stop with the stuttering John Cry. Shut your stupid mouth.
So he's Opie Unleashed. He's on the street in Manhattan, and he's just reading the chat like he does. And a guy goes, hey, stop blaming everyone and trashing everyone. It's not helping you, obviously. And Opie's response to good advice, sound advice, is, oh, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
And he's going to double and triple and quadruple down.
Fuck off.
Just another punk. I actually took the high road with Anthony all these years. But now the gloves are off. All these years I took the high road. As it gets back to me, Anthony trashed me on this show and that show. He's trashing me on a regular basis on his show.
Sounds like Anthony drew first blood.
The gloves are off and you're getting your ass beat.
Yeah, right.
It's also a very John thing to want credit for. It's like Alec Baldwin saying, like, I was chill for a minute until I shoved that guy against the car. What about the time when I was fine? What about that?
You've been dedicating your channel to hating Jim and Anthony and Sam for years now. This isn't like a brand new thing. It's like, finally I'd had enough. No, this has been going on.
He trashed you in 2 books. He went on Joe Rogan and trashed you. I finally had it. So shut your stupid mouth.
I remember Anthony on Joe Rogan. I don't remember him trashing Opie. This is another thing that John does. If someone makes a joke or, giggles about something, oh, he's trashing me. Find the clip. Play the clip, Opie. It was Anthony trashing you on Joe Rogan. I'd be surprised.
Why are they both using this word trashing?
I don't know.
I've never used that word in my life. Now I say it every day.
I know,
Where
it's
did
so
this
weird.
come from? Why is it the same word?
I don't get it at all.
God, I love the people that ignore the other side of things. They know the crap Jimmy put me through, the crap Anthony put me through. And I would take my little softball shots here and there. But finally had it.
So Opie has to justify his behavior. So someone goes, hey, man, stop saying shit about Jim Norton and just fucking move on with your life. Oh, you're taking his side just because I'm the one being irrational and lashing out with no reaction from him ever? Yeah. That's why he's taking his side on it.
And he very clearly explains, Anthony hurt me, so I'm going to take it out on you. This nice person offering me advice. So I'm going to block you because I'm done with this shit that guy has done to me. And then immediately says, with no sense of irony, I'm sick of people only seeing one side.
Right. It's amazing.
It's like a cartoon character.
It really is. All right, so now Opie, this is another thing. Now he's on with Ron, the waiter. And now he's claiming that WABC reached out to him just a week ago with the job offer. Now, when he was talking about the revenue share and having to bring Carl Ruiz over and pay all that, we covered that when he was talking about it. So I believe he was in conversations with radio stations that offered him zero money and asked him if he wanted to be a DJ. But I'm not buying this.
The money part of it never made sense to me.
When's the last time they've reached out to you? Is this recent?
ABC reached out to me February 11th again. Yes.
Oh, that's like that's like last week.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And what? There's not enough money?
No, there's nothing there for me. I need to make a certain amount of money, or it's kind of a waste of time. I need to make way more than, let's just say it was 40,000. That was a guesstimate because it was something called a revenue share where they were going to split the money they make on the day part that I was going to do. And then I would have to pay my agent. I would have to pay Carl at the time. I would have to pay Vic at the time. I would have to pay Sherrod. So in the end, I wasn't going to bring home any money whatsoever. And so then you have to think, well, do you do it to promote your podcast, and the podcast was doing pretty well, way better than it does now. So maybe you use the ABC to.
Wait a second. He's definitely said the opposite of that before. His numbers are up and things are going well. And then he's been talking this week about how when Carl Ruiz was the co-host, it was doing a lot better. It sounds good now. And I'll play the rest of this clip, but I got to call bullshit on all of this because Opie started that whole conversation by saying they just reached out to me February 11th. Mm-hmm. And then he goes back to whatever the offer was years ago about a revenue share. So what was this correspondence February 11th? Was it, hey, Opie, still want to work for free? Like, what do you mean? Also, the fact that Opie can't be a radio host without Vic and Carl and Sherrod. He needs all these people around him, whereas Anthony be like, yeah, I can do 2 hours. That's fine. I'll come on and do 2 hours every day on the show. I'm interesting enough as a person. I have things to talk about.
Maybe the correspondence on February 11th was enough. How many times do we need to say no?
Right. Yeah, who is initiating this conversation?
And he says correspondence, and sometimes it's DMs. I feel like this was like a quick back and forth over Twitter. And that's it.
I've never gotten a job offer through a DM. That's a good point.
He got like a promotional advertisement from WABC, and he misread it and thought it was a job offer.
Your podcast, and then maybe it's worth it as far as that goes. But in the end, I went for a hard pass because it's a lot of work to do radio every day, Ron. And if you're not being paid properly, for me, it's not worth it.
Is what you're doing now a lot of work, Opie? What's the difference? Shouldn't you be working the job you want to have? Isn't that the whole point? Like, put in the effort, show him you can do it. And now he's complaining it's too much work to do radio. Also, I have a solution for Opie if he's listening. If you need a guy to help you on the show who works cheap, Christian Blatt. Always available, very agreeable, goes above and beyond. Get that guy on the show.
Extremely boring, too.
Whoa. Did you see what's Frenchie on it today?
I did.
It's great.
Great producer.
Adam sent this over to me. The latest episode of Opie Unleashed. This is just quick. It has some production value now. They've put together like an intro for him, and it shows like New York City, and it scrolls around. It's pretty fantastic. And then the content starts, and it all goes downhill.
Start.
Looking at buildings, more buildings.
Made it to the top of the Chrysler building. It is so hot in here. Climb through a network of ladders, at least 100 to 200 feet.
So this is called NYC's Forbidden View. They're at the top of the Chrysler building.
What a trip. This is pretty crazy, Moses.
I know, man, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
And you know, I honestly think everybody should be allowed to see this and do this. Like, we're up here on the spire of a fucking Chrysler building, man. Like, there's like kind of nothing more iconic.
So Opie's showing where this guy is crawling into. He's got the mine helmet on with the flashlight and everything. And Opie's just standing there filming him. Hey, man, pretty high up there, huh? Yeah. Cool view, too.
You know, I'm just looking right across 42nd Street right now.
Get out the window. Amazing.
Man, this is like cooler than a lot of mountains.
There we go.
To the depths of hell.
There you go. Another episode of Opie Unleashed NYC. This channel's going to blow up. It's only got 1,600 subscribers right now. This thing. Sky is the limit for Opie.
It's stock footage of New York City.
Right.
It's old white men in their jeans. It's a real shitty iPhone reflective blocked view of this.
Yes.
You know, the point where who is this for? I can find something that's funny somewhere else. I can find stock footage of New York City anywhere else. I can find a better view of from where you are. What is this other than something that when you come home and your wife says, "What did you do today?" you can say that, and it sounds a little more interesting than "I went to the mechanics."
And you can prove it too, because look there's a video. I put the video on YouTube.
I couldn't tell if that was the show or the promo for the show. It's just all one thing.
Yeah, I doubt that there's a longer episode there. I think
Right.
that was the highlights, pretty much.
Moving fast. The kids today.
Right, yes. It's the TikTok thing. All right. We have more roasts to get to. People sent in great videos for us. I have Anthony's rebuttal. I want to take a break. I want to take a mandatory bathroom break. So we're going to leave for just a few minutes, and then we'll be back. Cardiff?
Cardiff's got to go. Subreddit surfing, 8:30 on Rumble.
All right, very
App
good.
600.
Thank you. Check out Cardiff over on Rumble, Devilverse.tv.
Devilverse.tv, patreon.com, Cardiff Electric.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Subreddit surfing,
Cardiff.
Rumble.
Idiot
8:30.
autopsy.
After this. Idiot. Maybe tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Cardiff. We'll be right back right after this with more roasts coming in and more Opie and Anthony drama. What an exciting instrumental song that was.
It's catchy.
What a great way to have a little intermission. We are back, episode number 600, a celebration. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have Anthony's response to Opie coming up. We have some more roasts coming in, tributes from people from our past and our present. But first, I want to thank you fine folks for finding supertip.gg/WATP and contributing to the show today.
Congratulations on 600 episodes, Carl. For episode 601, we could go down to Scott's gym and have ourselves a boxing match, or we could just touch tips. Your call.
All right, Vito's Cradle. One of these days, Annie, help me out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted. Is that on my end?
Gaia.
Vito's Gaia's Cradle.
Gaia. Yep.
I'll never remember that. The thing you like and add an A to it. Gaia. Okay. Now I think I have it. Let's see what else we got. Hackamania VIP Tim Bollinger says, is E-Rock that small or is he doing a Stuttering John with the headrest? Didn't notice if you caught that. Yes, I think he was doing a Stuttering John with the headrest. Vito's Gaia's Cradle.
Hey, Carl, I heard that you made it to 600 episodes. Well, whoop-de-doo for you. I was on the greatest radio show of all time. So as far as I'm concerned, you can blow me.
Did someone ask for a blowjob? Because, yes, I am, in fact, available.
That is happening right now. Have we heard Adam AI yet?
Not yet.
Oh, well, this will be a treat for us.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I thought he was talking just now.
My mother's still alive.
I like beans.
Yes, you do, Jerry. Good to see Jerry Banfield now available on here as well. All right, over on the super chat. Zach Hoffman, $10 says, congrats on number 600, Carl, and thank you for leaving some of my horrible super chats on your various clips of Stuttering John. Also loving you have no black people on the show during Black History Month. So diverse. I had my buddy EDR on Point Dabble Point. Does that count for something?
It does.
Stewie Felt, has Opie always been Tourette/OCD? I don't know about the Tourette's thing. It's gotten worse with that.
Yeah, he was
He's always
jumping
been
into that
obnoxious.
he was jumping into that radio talk, like he didn't know
Yeah.
what to do with himself. So he just like in the middle of this rant, he was just like, "Hit songs coming up on WABC." Ha. Anyway, fuck you, Ant.
Yeah, it was manic. What was going on?
Sorry, Annie.
Opie is going to Shining on his family. I hope not. I'm sure it's a lovely family. Ryan K, I don't need to be coy, Roy. Or you don't need to be coy, Roy.
Just listen to me.
Stewie Felt, Opie is like the Joker. You're crazy, but I'm not. I'm not. Joker has charisma, though. Stewie Felt, $5. I'm starting to think Opie has his family buried on that beach somewhere.
That'd be great. Oh, that'd be
That
so
would be great.
good.
Doggy, don't dig over there.
Yeah, stop barking. Stop barking. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves. Everything would now make sense.
Jay Loader, I loved the piss break music. It's been a while since we've had a pee break on WATP. We used to do it more often, and we got disciplined. All right. A lot of people have sent in tributes and roasts and videos for our 600th episode, and we left off on Eric Nagel. So the next letter, because I'm going alphabetically, would be K.
You know, Carl, I bet sometimes even you have to wonder how you did it, right? 600 episodes, all the success from mocking a bunch of lolcows like Stut Joe, and hey, how come he's still alive anyway, the way he drinks?
Mm-hmm.
It's me, Carl. It's always been me, keeping him alive, sacrificing homeless people, and even my dear friend Mean Doug and his fat soul, which barely fits into hell. And I did it all for you and your success. And so I hope you continue for another 600 episodes, and don't you fucking dare actually review podcasts for longer than 10 minutes at a time. I want the whole show dedicated to Stut Joe. Never stop, Carl. Never stop.
Thank you, Kaya. Great to hear from him. Well done, also. I believe that's true, that Kaya's keeping John alive.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, because science doesn't make sense for that.
Ooh.
Speaking of K's, my former co-host, the man who started this show with me back in 2016.
WATP. Congratulations on 600 episodes. I just wanted to say to Carl and crew, it's been really cool to see how far the show has come. For those of you who probably don't know who I am, my name is Kevin, and I was the original co-host WATP and one of the, I guess, co-creators, if you will, to give myself a more important sounding title. I walked away from the show about 60 episodes or so in, and I left it on Carl's very capable shoulders. Unfortunately, it was a big risk because he has those little baby ankles, and I wasn't really sure, can he hold this on his shoulders or not? But apparently, he's done quite a good job with it so far. But I was looking through some of my stuff, and I found this old notepad that has some ideas before we settled on Who Are These Podcasts and WATP. We had a bunch of different concepts that we were kicking around and some things that we tried. And I just wanted to read a few of them, if it's okay with everybody out there. So I guess one of the original ideas that we had was who are these prostitutes? It was a good idea, but we spent a lot of time, I think, in the research aspect of it, and it never really quite kind of launched or got off the ground. And that one led into who are these glory holes? Lots of pink eye, lots of pink eye from the research on that one, and it just never really quite went our way. We thought about doing a show about the underground poultry cartels. And we were going to call that one "Who Are These Cock Rings?" Again, didn't quite pan out. There was a one called I guess "Who Are These Roofie Dealers?" I don't really recall a lot of what that one was about, but apparently we went there at some point, and that didn't really work either. One of the cool ideas that almost became the actual show was we were going to call it the Who Are These Podcasts Internet Super Show. We were going to shorten that to Twat Piss. Didn't quite roll off the tongue, so we didn't really go there with that one. And finally, I think one of the other ones we tried and just didn't really seem to catch on, which is who are these humble guitar players? Because we just could not find anybody to interview for that show. But thank you to Carl, thank you to producer Chris, to fucking everybody. You guys have 1 million people on this show now. Fucking potatoes and puppets and all kinds of shit, way beyond whatever we thought we were going to do when we were pitching ideas like Who Are These Glory Holes back in the day. But again, thank you. Happy 600th. I will be back for, episode 666. I'm sure Carl has some crazy shit planned for that. But again, take it easy. Thanks, everybody.
Hack riding Kevin on episode 666. I love it. Good to hear from Kevin. It's been too long.
Yeah. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, buddy.
It's so good to hear from Kevin. For anyone that's newer to the show, they should go back to the early shows.
No.
Now that they're familiar with it, and listen to terrible. Carl and Kevin. The audio quality's not great, but they were great shows. They really were.
Oh, well, that's nice of you to say, but it's also not true. I think we had a couple good episodes in there.
I wish Twat Piss had taken off.
I know. I pushed for it hard, but
I feel like I'm playing Kevin in the TV movie version.
Yes, you were cast.
You might be.
Your cast is handsome, Kevin. Lucy
We're both
Typebox.
very dry and look down and go on too long.
Yes. Lucy Typebox away again.
Hello, I'm local Rochester trash bag Lucy Typebox. You might remember me from episodes such as My Tits Are Up Here, and also I Pulled Dicks, Not Clips. Join me for WATP's 600th episode spectacular. Back in
2016,
the world was introduced to WATP, a half-baked podcast with local pervert hosts Kevin and Carl.
WATP. Welcome to WATP.
Welcome. Oh. Hilarious. This year we learned that producer Chris wasn't always a podcaster sitting in Carl's wood-paneled basement pretending to laugh at his jokes. We discovered that he previously was a bartender sitting in Carl's wood-paneled basement pretending to laugh at his jokes.
That's true.
Over the years, we've received 2 or 3 letters from fans wanting to know more about WATP. So let's answer some of your questions today. Professor Podcast Hitman writes, I think Carl gets stupider every year. That's not a question, Professor, but we'll let the listeners judge for themselves. Another fan writes, Dear Sirs, what's the real deal with Carl's skinny twink co-host, Vinny? You know what I'm talking about. Of course we do.
He's gay.
He's gay. Now it's time for WATP trivia. Which funny WATP review girls have died in the last 600 episodes? If you said Hannah, Vic, Annie, Kindy, or the rest, you're wrong. They were never funny. So much has changed over the years. We've gotten to know trucker Adam Busch and Andy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's take a look at how WATP has evolved over the last 600 episodes.
Stuttering John. And then Opie.
Stuttering John.
Opie Stuttering John Melendez.
Opie Radio.
Stuttering John. Stuttering John show.
Stuttering John.
Stuttering John.
Stuttering John.
Stuttering John.
John. Opie. We're going to talk about Stuttering John.
Opie fans.
Stuttering John. Opie from Opie and Anthony. Stuttering John show. But we're also doing an Opie segment.
Opie used to play.
Opie and Anthony. Opie with Opie. Stuttering John.
Leave Opie alone. Just leave Opie alone.
Timeless! So what do the next 600 episodes have in store for us? I can only assume it will be bigger than Jenny's sweet cans.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Lucy. That's well done.
I didn't know she had access to the Simpsons house. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's well done. She should do the show from there all the time.
It's like a master class of what to do with your hands while you're speaking.
I missed this earlier. Cardiff sent in a video for us.
Oh, hi. It's me, your pal Cardiff Electric, and welcome to Who Are These Podcasts' 600th episode. Seems like just yesterday I was making a video for Carl's 500th episode. But this corny, club-footed douche loves to celebrate episodes that end in 2 zeros for some reason. Like it's some type of accomplishment. You know what else has 2 zeros on the end of it, Carl? You and Tom Myers in a double-headed dildo. We don't celebrate that. Oh, you'd probably put that on your Patreon. Then you get your Patreon taken down for having disgusting, boring pornography. Anyway, to celebrate your 600th episode, I thought I would list off my top 600 episodes of Who Are These Podcasts.
Beautiful. Please.
Starting from worst to best.
Okay.
So this is the top 600 episodes of Who Are These Podcasts from worst to best. All right. So worst, the music episode. Next, episode 600. Next, episode 599. Next, episode 598. Next, episode 597. Next,
you take one
episode
down,
596.
pass it around.
Next, episode 595. Next,
Testing my
episode
patience.
237.
Oh.
Next, episode 594. Next.
All right, very good. Thank you for that, Cardiff. We appreciate it, buddy. And also, out of alphabetical order, my apologies. We got this video that came in.
Hey WATP, just wanted to say a quick congratulations on episode 600. Seems like not too long ago that I was escaping barely with my life from Carl's basement from doing an episode 500 recording. Anyway, I miss most of you guys. Yeah. Carl still sucks.
Oh, there's that bitch Kindy. Thanks so much for sending that in, Kindy.
You didn't recognize her at first.
we so miss you. So great to hear from you again. Wow. Fantastic.
Hey, Carl, Patrick from Nobody Likes Onions here, wanting to congratulate you on 600 episodes of Who Are These Podcasts, America's favorite cry for help with a jingle. 600 episodes of the podcast. When is enough enough? How much do your victims have to endure? I don't even think they can keep up with the amount of torture you inflict on them. Stuttering John has to be crying in his beer over episode 12 somewhere at this point. And as much as I'd love to take credit for any of it, you've only invited me on the show a couple of times. We haven't known each other that long, and I just want you to know, man, I enjoy being your friend, and I get a surge of excitement every time you invite me to audition for Guy Who Agrees with Carl the Most today. In all seriousness, man, it's a hell of an accomplishment being the guy who shows up at the dumpster fire, always has marshmallows on a stick, and willing to share with others. I wish you the best in the future. And yeah, it's just a hell of I don't know if you got a cake or anything. I don't know how you're celebrating with your family at home, but I hope it's special. And you really should pat yourself on the back for 10 years of turning low-hanging fruit into a bountiful harvest.
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick from Nobody Likes Onions. I'll tell you how we're celebrating over here. I have to get on an airplane tomorrow morning. Boarding time is 5:50 a.m. This is thanks to trucker Andy and his wife, who book planes at times that I don't appreciate. But we'll be heading to Texas tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Start packing once we get done with this. So that's a great Patrick Melton. What about Pat Oates coming in?
Happy anniversary, Carl and Chris. It's awesome this show's going on for 600. It feels like way more because you don't stop putting out episodes about Tom Myers. And I know there's other people and Stuttering Johns and Opies, but it's, to my world, it's mostly Tom Myers and just how bad that is. But I love the fact that I get to trash them with you guys on there. And at one point, I was being trashed like Tom Myers. Never as bad as Tom Myers. Tom Myers never had a clip that started your show saying, your podcast stinks. And I have that. I went from trash to treasure. Tom went from trash to trash. But you guys are always a treasure. Happy anniversary, Carl and Chris.
Thanks, Pat.
Love you, Pat.
Thank you, buddy. Another friend of the show, Tukey, wants to wish us well.
Whoa! Boys and girls, it is your good pal Tukey. Have you kissed your favorite person of color today? I hope you have. And I also hope that you have told them that this is the 600th episode of Who Are These Podcasts? Dun, dun, dun! 600. It's no 6 million, right, Shuli? But 600 is quite the feat. And speaking of feat, it was done by this young Marty McFly type kid from Rochester, who, when he was born, they thought they were going to have to saw off his feet. But they didn't. Good thing they didn't. Because this young, club-footed go-getter would essentially do 600 episodes to rise to internet mediocrity.
I'm club-fucking-footed,
600.
you asswipe.
Tukey's been on like 5. So you only have to sift through 555 other shows of crap until you find the gold. The Tukey gold. It's fantastic. I mean, during this time we're alive, our president has been shot at. He survived assassination attempts. But that is nothing compared to the act of violence that Carl withstood when KB tried to get John to ask for more money. Oh, disgusting. Can you imagine? John did that. Oh, so Carl, congratulations. 600 episodes, being the Marty McFly of Rochester, and surviving acts of violence. You are Tukey's best friend, and Tukey is your best friend. And you know what? Tukey loves you more than a friend.
Whoa.
You're doing it. We're doing it. Happy 600th episode, WATP. Yeah!
I wasn't expecting that. More than a friend. That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
One take Tukey, they call him.
Right?
Speaking of one take, Vinny Paulino weighed in.
Where to start with this? Hey, Carl, I'd like to start off by thanking you so much for the invite on the show today. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I meant I'd like to thank you for the invite to make you a video congratulating you. Yeah, no problem. Glad to do it. Let's see. 600 episodes of WATP. Pretty amazing. Who would have thought the kid who had to be brought to prom in a wheelbarrow would become the belle of the ball of the Dabbleverse? Congratulations, Carl. You're the coolest kid at your table, behind Chris and Adam. I love WATP. I give you grief, but the fact is it's an awesome show. WATP is filled with points and tips. Unfortunately, those points are your teeth and the tips are all frosted. But if I was a podcaster, I would definitely listen to whatever you have to say. People say that you're a little mean to some of these people. Now, I would respond to that by saying, to make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs. In the case of WATP, to make this delicious omelet that we all enjoy, you had to crack the psyches of Stuttering John, Chad Zumach, Aaron Imholt, Patrick Michael, Tom Myers, and Jesus fucking Christ, what did you do to Opie? What the fuck did you do to Opie? Have you people seen what he did to Opie? It's unreal. Either way, we all owe you a debt. I'd like to know, though, if you're ever planning on finding out who are these podcasts. And if you are, would you mind getting about it a little bit quicker than 600 episodes? That'd be great.
Might be the next one.
Congratulations again. 600 episodes. Condolences to everybody else. 600 episodes. Creepoff.com. I'll plug it. I know you won't. Go fuck yourself. Bye.
Creepoff.com. Vote for Carl. I detected a little sarcasm in that one.
From Vinny?
Yeah. It was,
No.
It was dripping like butter out of his mouth. Last one, and you're wondering, well, this can't be alphabetical. No, I wrote it down as Who's Right, Doug?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Doug from Who's Right. I just wanted to take a moment and congratulate Carl and the gang on 600 episodes. Almost 450 of them have been good. That's 600 episodes of tearing apart the worst podcast on the internet. 600 episodes. That's about 400 episodes of Opie and Stuttering John and Zumach. 400 episodes of the same old shit. Anyway, I thought it would be a good idea to put together a PowerPoint and show a couple of things. If you look at the first graph, you'll see a direct correlation between the rise of the visual elements shown on the show and the decline of their respect for the audio listeners that Carl has given us. You can see right here, this is about the point where Carl quit giving a fuck about audio listeners and solely focused on views for his segments on YouTube. This isn't just a theory. I have data. If you look at this pie chart, zoom in on the section labeled shit we can't see. It's crazy, right? At this point, WATP isn't even a fucking podcast anymore. It's a reaction channel with a lagging RSS feed. I have to assume at this point that Carl does not give a fuck about the audio listeners. Why would he? He's got his YouTube audience. Fuck the people who made the show popular in the first place, right? Here's another chart. This one shows the steady decline of WATP as a podcast and the direct correlation and its rise as a third-rate reaction channel. What's the tagline? We watch podcasts so you don't have to? I say we change it. WATP, we watch YouTube. Well, I better wrap this up. I'm sure he's got some steel toe shit to get into. Bye, Chris.
Bye.
So if you're one of these audio listeners, as Doug is, there was nothing on the screen. There's nothing to look at, which I believe is the point he was trying to make. Well done.
Yes, very
Doug.
well done,
Thank you for
Doug.
doing that. Sounds like he's got to communicate something to me through this. He's like, oh, I was looking forward to an invitation to let you know how much your show sucks. Very good. Let's get back into, we were just showing Opie's reaction to what Anthony said, even though it's not what Anthony said, because trolls are just convincing him that he says these things. And so Anthony's watching the same clips that we're watching, and he's got some thoughts on this.
He lets these trolls control his life. And then he reads a complete fabrication because the trolls know they could get to him, and then goes off on it like it's true and calls me a liar and stuff. If you pop that up here, you could see the text there. It says, Anthony said he was offered more than $300,000 for WABC, and he will do a solo show so he doesn't have to pay anyone. You were only offered $40,000. Now, I don't even know. I don't even think Opie was offered a job over there. If he was, it certainly was not from the same people that are running the place now. Maybe when Disney owned it and he was first fired. Maybe.
So this is the point that I think I was trying to make earlier, where Opie's trying to pretend that I was offered a job, I was in communication with them years ago, but also this month too. Well, what are the details from the offer this month? What was that communication? Because it quickly goes back to, and you know, it was 40 a revenue split and 40,000 what I estimated. And there you see Anthony, who's actually talked to the people, talked to management, probably the owner of the station, because it is it's not owned by a corporation. And he goes, Yeah, there's no way they offered Opie a job. I know these people. It doesn't even make sense. I believe that because he just got a job there. He would know better. And Opie was being obtuse.
And Opie also was doing exactly what Stuttering John does. All of a sudden, all of the info was above him. Everything he was trying to remember was above him, and he had to look up with this, conversation he had last week.
I'll show you the DMs, man.
Yeah, that's what they do when they're lying.
Yep, this is Anthony talking more about this fabrication that he said he was making $300,000 from WABC.
I, for one, have never discussed anything about money for this deal. I haven't said a word about how much I'm making with this deal. Never mentioned it. But this troll guy, and I can't blame him. I mean, how do you not go after a guy that falls for it every fucking time?
Yeah. So, and this is something that we played Anthony making this point before, and then Opie corrected himself that one time where he's like, I don't know if that's true. It might have been the Costco parking lot video.
Oh, yeah.
Where he finally went, I'm not going to react to that. It's probably not even true. And then immediately he's right back to, he's a liar. He said, what? That's not even accurate. Like, Opie, when you react like this way, you're going to get more and more people trying to get you to react in this way. This is the natural order of things.
I do notice that Opie's trolls in the chat are very direct. They don't wrap things in jokes like Stut Joe's.
Right.
And that would get me to react if I was an idiot like Opie.
Well, the thing that he has to put them up on the screen, and Opie's on Facebook and YouTube. Maybe he's on other platforms too, but I always see YouTube and Facebook. So if I'm on YouTube, I don't even see the Facebook insults. I'm on Facebook, vice versa. So the fact that he has to put them up on the screen is not doing himself any favors at all. He never reads them. There was one, I was going to pull the clip, but it didn't make any sense to do it. But there's a couple of guys who were fucking with him in the free chats. He kept throwing them up on the screen, and he was saying how we're making all this money off of him, and he's not making any money at all. And I built the Dabbleverse on his back, and then someone wrote, you should sue WATP. All of this stuff is going up on his screen as he's trying to do his stupid show, reacting to whatever. It's fantastic. After that clip that we just saw from Anthony, he plays the clip of Opie saying that Anthony's company was a failure, Compound Media, which is a weird thing to say when someone has a media company that lasts for 11 years and then eventually they merge with another company and it's still going. It's hard to say it's a failure, especially when Opie literally does nothing. Literally does nothing. And it's just like, oh, he failed what he tried to do. He had a business that employed a lot of people for a long time. So
That's why Opie is not an artist or a broadcaster of any kind, because all he's measuring is some kind of financial trickery that he can do that might make it seem like it wasn't the greatest investment for a certain period of time. When you're a comic or a musician, you're like, I played guitar on my own terms for a rapt audience every day for 10 years. I won. That's it. You won. He broadcast. He did what he wanted to do. When you have nothing to say and no opinions and no passion, you can just look at that and say, well, it wasn't Joe Rogan, so it's a failure. Why would you ever do anything if it wasn't to just make as much money as Joe Rogan?
And that actually goes right back to years ago when Chad Zumach was going after us and he found the isotopes and he's like, looking at our tour dates. All of our gigs are local. We're a local band that doesn't go anywhere. And he's just like, it's not even happening. They should just stop right now. Just call it. You're done. It's not happening. So it's like, no, we get to play all these shows in front of a bunch of people and they enjoy it. And we get to perform music and write music. And it's fun. Like, to your point, Adam, like, you don't understand that starting up a media company in the middle of Manhattan and giving Legion of Skanks their start and a whole bunch of Michael Malice was on there. Like a whole bunch of people were very successful, kind of got their start there and then went on and did other things. What a failure, of course.
Yeah, Opie and John are celebrities, and that's all they know. Their levels of fame, where that's at, and that's how they define themselves. It's why neither one of them will change their names when it would probably really help if they would just let that go and be who they really are. But you asked this question, I think, on the last episode. You were like, would they rather be, like, wouldn't you rather just be treated with respect than be famous? No, they'd rather be famous. They can't handle being themselves without the fame. So they look at AM radio and they shit at it because, yeah, maybe for a celebrity, AM radio is not the dream gig. Maybe for a celebrity, the Chiller Convention in Parsippany, New Jersey is not the best gig. But you know when those are great gigs? When you're an actor or a musician or a comedian, because it's a gig. It's a gig and it pays and you show up and you do your thing and you move on. It doesn't define me. It doesn't define the person doing it. Like for him to shit on this stuff is just embarrassing. It shows that you're not an artist. You're not even interested in building your podcast like a politician. Go to New Jersey, meet the people, take the AM gig, meet the people individually, turn them on to you. No, everything is shit because it's not on the Joe Rogan or Opie and Anthony or Howard Stern level. Those days are gone. It's never happening.
And that's a perfect segue into this next clip because Anthony's looking at this gig on WABC, more big picture than Opie is with this. What are they going to pay me? I need to make this amount of money. And he brings up something here that's a really good point.
But to have a platform that reaches a shitload of people on broadcast radio, and they syndicate to 388 stations across the country. So there's that. You know, again, bet on yourself. You do well, and that's an option.
Yeah, I mentioned some of the people on the show, on the station, like Mark Levin, Bill O'Reilly, Roger Stone. Like these people aren't just on WABC in New York; they're being broadcast all over the United States on all these radio stations. And Anthony's going in there, going, "Wow, if I could start up a political show." You know, he's always been a political guy. He always talked politics and Opie and Anthony. If I could start up a conservative political show and people like it in New York, who's to say they won't pick it up in all these other markets and I could grow this thing? And Anthony's whole point is like, I haven't given up on my career yet. Opie's given up on his career. He has no confidence. And he goes on to talk about like normal people continue to try to do stuff. They continue, like Adam still auditions for parts. He's not giving up on his career. It's like, all right, I did a thing. We're good. Moving on. And Anthony's saying the same thing.
It's just part of what people do. What normal thinking fucking people do. You know, if you want to give up at 61 years old or whatever he is, you want to just give up and go, radio. I don't really need a podcast. I just turn on a mic. I'll just talk in front of my window to 30 people. If that's what you want to do, that's great. But other people actually want to do something.
Let me ask you this, Adam. You just heard Anthony give his thoughts on, you know, Opie saying, oh, you're going to AM radio. Why would you do that? It's beneath us. Do you think that Anthony was trashing Opie just now? Would you use the term trashing?
What's crazy is that Anthony is, in Opie's mind, his enemy.
Yes.
And what Anthony is doing is giving the best advice that someone who loves you would be giving you. It's what your family would be saying. It's what we're saying. It's what everyone's saying. The fact that he can't hear it is psychotic. This is rational, real advice. And if he actually took it, you know, it's so funny. It's like life is like that. Vince is like that too. Vince is a monster, but he gives very accurate podcasting advice. Don't block people. If those people he was saying that to actually listen to him, their lives would improve. He's giving you advice. He's talking to you like a friend, and all you hear is they're trashing me. That is so John and so frightening. You know, Opie, let me tell you something. There's a man on the Upper West Side in New York City, just like you, and he's a little older than you. His name is Art. His name is Art Garfunkel. And he used to be a part of a very popular duo, and they're not friends anymore. And he's had to live his life knowing that his former partner, Paul Simon, is playing at the White House and at Central Park, and Art is not. He is not a part of it. But somehow he manages to get up every day. For 20 years, he gigged with his wife. Now he's gigging with his son. He's playing music in small clubs. He plays in Japan, 1 or 2 gigs a year that pay his whole year. He's not ranting about Paul Simon and what an asshole he is at every gig.
That would be counterproductive, I think.
It
if he
wouldn't
did
help.
that.
And you know what? He's playing the Paul Simon songs. He's singing the songs written by the guy who hates him. And he's making a living, and he's close with his family, and he's living his life. You know why, Opie? Because he's a singer. So he's happy because he's
the bridge
singing.
over the troubled waters. You see, Opie,
You
get
get
out
it.
of the troubled waters.
You get it. Opie's still there in the swamp.
Right.
Hacka. I'll shut up, but it's really remarkable because what
No,
Opie...
he was calling me out with that drop.
What he thinks he's going through is so unique to him, and there's no roadmap for it, and what am I supposed to do? Everyone has had to deal with this in small ways and big ways. Some ways a lot larger than what you're dealing with. And somehow they get up every morning.
And Opie plays this game, we've talked about it a lot, where he doesn't want to talk about Anthony anymore. I don't want to even talk about it. And that's all he talks about. The only thing he pulls up on his screen is stuff talking about Anthony, and then he has to react to it. Then he makes videos of him reacting to the stuff he'll put up on the screen. If you go to his channel now, you'll see 5 more videos since the last time we covered it of stuff talking about Anthony and WABC and all this shit. And then Anthony will come on and he'll just give some opinions on this stuff, clear-headed about it, and explain, like you just said, give rational, good advice.
Here's a fact. Money was not my motivation here. They offer you money, and it wasn't like, gee, see here. Like the Opster there saying, 40,000, I'm the great Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. How dare you insult me? First of all, you're damaged goods.
Okay.
At best.
Well, that's what Opie said himself, is that he's damaged goods. So yeah, it's like you kind of got to start over again or see what you can do and play that gig in Japan once a year.
Yeah, imagine if you pay money to see Art Garfunkel and he's like, first things first, we're not doing any Paul Simon tunes.
Yeah, right. Great. Thanks for nothing.
And notice also how, I'm sorry, Anthony is speaking so calmly and from his like rational voice. And when Opie speaks, it's it's all this energy to, very John-like. He's just speaking calmly like a real person, friend to friend.
It's also what Opie's doing is very Aaron Imholt-esque in the way that he's telling his audience what Anthony's doing. He's trashing me every chance he gets. He's going on other people's shows. I didn't even play these clips where it's just like he's going on these low budget, low level shows and trashing me. Talk about the guys in the basement again. I get it. Yep. But he wants to make it seem like Anthony's ranting and raving and trashing him. And if you watch any of these clips, Anthony's just very calm, like you said, measured, explaining why he did what he did, why Opie needs to get over it. But he does get one last shot in on Opie here.
And I'm doing it, because like this, I enjoy doing it. And there are opportunities there. Because I'm not just hanging it up and, driving my kids to birthday parties at 61 years old. It's not my ambition in life. I haven't given up to broadcast to 30 fucking people in front of a window with a shitty camera and a crappy microphone and no material. Thank you.
Devilversity pulling that clip for us. Thank you. That was well done to end things off there.
Just to hammer it home, he gets softer and softer.
Yes.
Until he's whispering.
Some final thoughts there.
It was beautiful.
With a shitty camera.
Thank you.
No content. Well done, Ant. We know we're big fans over here on WATP. We are celebrating 600. I know we've been going on forever. We're going to play a game in a second. We'll save Armie Hammer for next week. I'm sure you're fine with that.
I think that's a great idea.
I thought you would think that. Vito's Gaia's Cradle. See what I just did there?
Well
I
said.
learned something.
Look at that.
Everybody keeps going on about me be jealous of Anthony because of his radio deal, but at least I have a beautiful wife. Wait a minute. What's that noise? It can't be. There's no way. It sounds like Anthony having sex with my wife.
Hey, Opie, keep it done, will you? I'm trying to have sex with your wife.
Yeah, keep it down, Opie. I'm trying to enjoy the show. So inconsiderate.
This is the beauty of the super tip system. You can make conversations happen that never would have happened otherwise. Oh, Dick Masterson coming back.
I bet ISO could get a comic out on time.
That's pretty funny. If you don't know, Dick's co-host of The Biggest Problem in the Universe promised Super Killer would come out years ago. And so far, there's been tons of fan versions of it that are pretty good, but Vito Gesualdi has not been able to create one so far. Stewie felt $5. Who are these prostitutes? Could have been a documentary for my naval career. Someone's doing well. I miss old Howard Stern. WFAN split the signal. It's broadcast on FM and AM now. Also, Opie gave the wrong name for the WABC boss that supposedly hugged him. Oh, is that true? That's interesting.
He got all messed up during that whole rant. It's such bullshit. He's conflating things that happened over years and like texts and tweets and phone conversations. He's just grabbing at what was a very offhand DM conversation and trying to turn it into like
he needs to feel important still. Yeah, I'm still important. I'm still a player in this game. Hop on the bus, Gus.
Don't need to discuss much.
Stewie felt. I'm only watching this until my Kentucky Wildcats are playing at 9 p.m. Oh, it's 9 p.m. now.
Sorry to have lost you, Stewie.
Just set yourself free, Lee, and listen to me. Opie is like Cousin Eddie holding out for a management job. Yes. Correct. All right, let's play a game, and then I'll get Adam out of here. We got some voicemails coming up.
I'm staying for the voicemails. Fuck you.
All right. You are a trooper. I appreciate that. Cardiff, of course, putting together this game. 2 minutes with Tom Myers.
It's time for everyone's favorite new game show. 2 minutes with Tom. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready to fumble a joke?
I seriously love it. I love Amtrak. You know why? Because of the quiet car. Someone wants to sit next to me and tell me their whole life story. I go, hey, Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. I want to enjoy them in peace and quiet. So shut the fuck up. But I love Amtrak because Amtrak's really weird in a way because they make these announcements at every single.
Hold on, I gotta pause. I try to let these things play. That was literally a hold for applause and laughter moment when he went, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm still going."
Yeah, it was like someone smacked him.
Yeah, he had a quick out-of-body experience and like he stuttered and rebooted and jumped
He
back
thought
in.
for sure he was going to get a good solid 3.5 seconds
with "shut the fuck up"
for listening to the laughter, and then he could.
He was like the guy who jumps into the mosh pit and everyone steps back and recover.
That happened to me at a Mighty Mighty Bosstown show.
I've been there too.
Landed right on my back. Oof. I was a skinny guy back then too. What the fuck, guys? Help me out.
Because of the quiet car. Someone wants to sit next to me and tell me their whole life story. I go, hey, Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. I want to enjoy them in peace and quiet. So shut the fuck up. But I love Amtrak because Amtrak's really weird in a way because they make these announcements at every single stop. They say, we know you had a lot of options for your travel, so we thank you for choosing Amtrak for your rail travel. Like, what were my fucking options? There's no Jim's train trips. Like, that doesn't exist. There's no Hank's railway journeys, hair and nail salon, and used cars. No, Amtrak is the only option for my rail travel. But Amtrak, they advertise they have Wi-Fi, and they actually have Wi-Fi, not like Megabus. You ever try?
Why does he know that? I'm sorry, I'll stop being an elitist. You guys, am I right? Megabus sucks compared to Amtrak, right? I was just like, what the fuck is he talking about?
You ever try and ask for Wi-Fi on a Megabus? The driver will just be like, we don't have it on the bus, we just have it in the office. Now set your skinny ass down! The fucking bus is moving! That's how they greet you when you get on the Megabus, by the way. It's like, okay, sir, but...
What did Tom say next? Here are your choices. Number 1, the only seat left seems to have a touch of herpes. B, I thought this was the Megabus, not the MAGA Brain Trust. Next, All of your tattoos are misspelled. And where are your pants? 4. Please don't take it out on me because you're having a bad day. You should have treated your cousin better. And lastly, I'm a big fan of music, but should you really be playing the banjo while driving the bus? 2 minutes with Tom.
All right. I always go first. I saw Adam react during this one. I felt the same way. I think it's next. All of your tattoos are misspelled and wear your pants. That seems like a perfect Tom is better than everyone punchline. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, that seems strong, but to keep it interesting, I will go with the one without the playing banjo. I'll go with that one.
Okay, lastly.
Yeah.
You don't have to change your answer, by the way.
No, I'd like to keep it interesting.
All right. Producer Chris?
I'm going to go with 1B and 4. No, I'm going with 4 because he's gone to the cousin thing before.
He does. He likes to talk about deliverance. All right, let's see.
We don't have it on the bus, we just have it in the office. Now set your skinny ass down. The fucking bus is moving. That's how they greet you when you get on the mega bus, by the way. It's like, okay, sir, but all of your tattoos are misspelled. Yes. And where are your pants? You're a little harsh.
Hell yeah.
That's all for this time. Come back next time if you can find the bomb. Watching 2 Minutes with Tom.
That's good.
It's good.
That was
Brought
my
to you
gift
by
to you.
Hackmania.com. Promo code COME. Get your tickets now for Hackmania May 9th to 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hackmania.com. Promo code COME. Sit, Eugene, sit. Good dog.
Was that
I
your...
wanted you to have a win on your big day.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Was,
All right.
That was to you.
I was wondering what you were taking credit for. I wasn't sure if you wrote the bomb Tom joke or if just...
No, I just wanted you to feel good on your big day and all, you know.
Thank you, buddy.
Chris and I talked about it ahead of time, and we
Let's give him
threw
this
ourselves
one.
on that grenade.
He's earned it.
We've been saving and saving. And
All right. Well, we've done it all today. You know what that means. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the show.
The teaser. Next week's teaser.
The part of the show we talk about the podcast that we'll be reviewing on the next episode, and I'm happy to report I'm taking a Saturday off. There will be no podcast this weekend. WATP will be back again next week with Adam Busch. We'll be back for our Wednesday episode. And I don't want to say what we're going to talk about because so many things will happen between now and then. I don't even know what we're going to be talking about. So we'll wait to see what's happening. But that's just a programming note for everyone.
I hope we talk about Armie Hammer.
We will definitely talk about Armie Hammer. I do have those clips. In fact, let's get into...
No.
This is the longest episode ever.
Which brings
Gary
us
and
to-
Mrs. San Diego have a bit to get to. We got it.
You're right. All right, let's get into the voicemails. People are sending in their voicemails. Whoarethese.com to find our phone number, and we do these at the end of the show.
Carl, what's the deal with this Stuttering John show, March 1st, this supposed return show? What course of action do you recommend? If you were to rally the dabblers, what would you say? Would you say starve them out or let the paid insults fly? I'll take my answer on the air.
Okay. So John is supposedly going to be doing a podcast on March 1st. That's coming up. And you can't stop people from giving him money. It's not going to happen. Tell people to do something. That's the thing. You know what? You can't control anyone on the internet. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So I say, it's been pent up. Let the insults fly. Let's get creative with this time, guys. Let's see what you can get John to read on the show when he comes back. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Our prediction on Point Dabble Point, because he's going to be at the Boca Raton, Boca Black Box, is going to be Scott the Engineer's his big special guest. I hope it's better than that, but we'll see.
There's so much ground they have left uncovered.
I know. I love when they act like they have more new stories they're going to tell about. Oh my God. If you haven't seen Point Dabble Point this week, I just remembered Grillo came on. First time I've ever talked to Steve Grillo. And he just wrote a book. It's coming out next month about the Howard Stern show. Okay. Cool. Can't wait to read about what Howard said in 1997 to Gorillo during the commercial break. Anyway.
It was like one of these things he had to get done before he died. Like he just had to, and he finally did it. And I'm glad he did.
Everyone was telling me I have to write this book. And then I was like, all right, well, what kind of salacious things are in this book? Oh, I decided if I didn't have anything nice to say, I wouldn't write it. There's nothing about Stuttering John in it. I'm like,
5-page book.
Yeah, you're just going to talk about how great it is to work with Fred? Cool.
And
Can't wait.
he might have had a shot at getting on the Howard Stern show if he would have dedicated the book to Howard. That's what he was supposed to do.
That's what he was supposed to do.
It was the
Howard
only
dedicated-
move because Howard dedicated his
Miss
book to him.
America.
So it might have been something. Instead, he just skipped that. Why do anything that people would want? I did see that episode of Point Dabble Point, and I really loved how Grillo instinctually just doesn't trust the potato. In the same way that Jackie did. They both just don't. They don't know what to think of it. They don't like it. It doesn't make them feel good. Grillo didn't freak out and run away like Jackie did, but I love they don't trust it.
Jackie ran away before the potato was the potato.
Well, that voice, if you actually watch that episode and go back, that voice that Cardiff is using does sound a little ransom notey. It sounds a little ominous.
Correct, yes.
It's
I
less
agree.
trustworthy as the Cardiff we've grown
He was
to know.
trolling me quite a bit back then, I remember.
Oh my God. I didn't think I would miss him. Just like a venereal infection, I miss Stuttering John. And you know how I know I miss him? I was watching that stupid series, Dark Side of the 2000s, and he's in there, and if you watch him, obviously it's Stuttering John's greatest hits. He even mentions suing what's-her-name for $30,000. It's pitiful Stuttering John, typical. But he'll be back. I know he'll be back this year. And I can't wait because we need material. And like I said, watch that Dark Side of the 2000s, episode 5, and you'll see the dumb motherfucker.
No, I know what you're talking about. And that was when John looked good. He had hair and makeup that day.
Hey, Mr. Hamburger. This is Jake from YouTube. Just want to ensure that you're re-upping your 2-minute commercials. We want the longest commercials every 2 to 3 minutes, even for paid subscribers. Okay, all right. Oh, the most annoying ones you can't skip, right? Perfect. All right, great. And we appreciate your patronage from your tech overlords. Take care.
All right. I guess there's a lot of ads that run on our YouTube videos. I have a premium account, so I'm not familiar with this, but it sounds annoying. I haven't got to complain about ads in a while. It's fun.
Hey, Carl, or whatever intern is listening to this. I've been in that same boat at the TSA every time. I think they just want to feel up my huge sack I got going on there. I know what you're doing, man, and I feel your pain. I've been there at least 6-8 times, so it's a thing. I think all of us that are just that cool like that, they gotta check it out for their own personal benefit. Soup.
It's another guy in the cool guy club. He gets felt up by the TSA. I'll be less than 12 hours. I'll be felt up yet again by the TSA.
First thing in the morning.
Yep.
Carl, who the fuck is this Top Lobster douchebag? Who the fuck? I spread misinformation on the internet and represented as truth. And if you're too stupid to know that I'm a lying piece of shit, then you're the problem. Really? That's your fucking co-host? Another fucking Chad Zumach? You're a fucking loser.
All right, that's a good point. That is very Chad Zumach of him to say that. I'm not a huge fan. We got a couple more voicemails to get to. But first, supertip.gg/WATP. Annie, our review girl. Happy 600. Thanks for having me on. See you next week. Thank you, Annie. I assumed that you had places to be and things to do. Thanks for hopping on. I'm glad I got her on before she had to leave.
Gagaya.
Stewie felt Opie is like cousin. Oh, I read that one. Chase Shed said, fuck yeah, Tom Myers is hilarious. This guy's fucking hilarious. Ava Reza, $10. I am sorry for bad-mouthing you guys long ago. Can I pretty please come on the show and make fun of John or Opie one day? I've been watching clips nonstop for the past 3 weeks. Well, I don't see why not. We have Anabon.
Yeah, same thing.
pretty easy to get on the show. Sounds good. Thank you for the $10. Jay Loiterer, $5 says, will producer Chris be joining Be Dabbling Live on Saturday? Happy 600. Do you have an invite for that?
I do now.
Sweet. Sounds good.
I'll crash that party.
Yeah, I'll watch that. That sounds good. Gary in San Diego. This is a long one. Let's see if we can make it through.
Hey, Carl, congratulations. You made it to number 600. Stuttering John said you'd never have made it, but you did.
He's a liar.
Next subject. When you think about great comedy directors, what names come to mind? What
Michael
about
Lorenzo?
Harold Ramis, Judd Apatow, John Landis, Ivan Reitman? Does the name Michael DiLorenzo ring a bell?
You called it, Adam.
Think about it. Quick. 1, 2, 3. Michael DiLorenzo, the director of One Too Many. He did that in 2008. He hasn't done anything since, except a couple shorts he directed that lasted 3 or 4 minutes. I don't think he was able to catapult that One Too Many into anything. He couldn't parlay it. Be great if you could interview that guy. When John's ego was at his biggest, he was still on the Tonight Show as a writer. He was producing and directing and producing and writing a movie and starring in it. Wonder how it was to direct Stuttering John.
Terrible.
Also, it'd be great if you could interview his co-star, Jeff Ross, the Roastmaster General of the United States. He's a pretty hilarious guy.
I know who
Jeff Ross.
Familiar.
I heard him interviewed once on the Gilbert Gottfried podcast. He's very candid, and he'll talk about anything. If you run into him on the streets, he'll talk to you for a half hour.
I
So
ran into
Jeff
him
Ross,
in Florida once.
you might be able to reach him through the Screen Actors Guild. Same with Michael DiLorenzo. He's also a part-time actor.
Adam,
anyway,
you on this?
just some thoughts for possible interviews.
We don't do an interview show,
in this
Gary.
2025.
When have we ever interviewed someone?
Maybe Adam could help you get with Jeff Ross.
There you go.
They're both members of the Screen Actors Guild. Anyway, talk to you later. Rock and rolla.
Does that make you guys friends, Adam?
Well, it means I'll see him at the meeting.
Right.
Michael DiLorenzo was the star of New York Undercover, a cop show on Fox that ran for a long time. So
Right.
he did great in television. He was also he dances in the Beat It video with Michael Jackson.
I didn't know that.
You could see him. He's doing the whole dance. And he is Private Santiago in A Few Good Men.
Oh, no shit.
He had a whole career, you're directing, you want to direct, you'll
Yep.
take anything. Now, I'll ask you, there is a horror legend who makes a cameo in One Too Many. Does anybody know who that is?
I definitely do not.
There's a scene where a couple women are talking in the bathroom at the bar, and one of them is Bonnie Aarons, who is now the nun in the Nun series of films.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. And
she
that's
has
a
Stuttering
gig.
John to thank for it.
That she did back then.
What's interesting about the director's career is that that's the last thing he ever directed.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I've looked up his IMDb. Like, that was it.
the reason you do a gig like that is so that you'll be able to take the tape and use it to get other directing gigs.
Mm-hmm.
I think he realized that was not something he'd be able to do with the tape he'd made. But there is a director's or a commentary with him and John that would be great to cover.
Is there really?
I believe there is, yeah, where they talk about it and talk about while they're watching it. And Michael keeps correcting John. I believe it's out there.
Okay. We got to find
I think
that.
it's, yeah, for free on Tukey's Patreon.
Well, Blind Mike reminded me of something this week that I forget we have the ability to do, because he went on his Patreon and went straight to StreamYard and did a live StreamYard that was watching the Alec Baldwin reality show. And if you do that on StreamYard, there's no one to take it down.
Oh.
There's no DMCA things. So we could do that with One Too Many or commentary tracks or whatever. I forget that we don't have to be on YouTube. We can do it somewhere else, send people the link. So it's a good idea.
Yeah, I want to hear that. I really want to hear them talk about the film while they watch.
Me too. Cow photographer calling in.
Hey, Carl, it's the Cow Photographer. Happy 600. I tried to get a new bitch for your Patreon, but goddamn are they unreliable. But it's coming, I promise.
Okay.
Soon we'll have a new bitch on the Patreon.
Great.
Hopefully soon. Soon. Guaranteed soon. Happy 600, buddy.
Thanks, Photographer. Yes, Photographer, of course, the famous photos of Review Girl Vic, who I believe I talked about. I reached out to her to pop on for this episode. She is in the Red Sea right now. She is, whatever you call that, going to her death.
A what?
She has a great new haircut.
Being deployed. Oh, I know. I saw that too. Being deployed to a place that will be her demise. Is that how they say it? I don't know. We'll find out.
Hey, Carl. This is for WATP. The Fae, or the fairies, the reason they want to be fairies is because fairies have cosmic powers like freezing time and being able to do deals with people that are usually stacked in their favor, such as giving somebody a lot of wealth, but you get their firstborn child. There's a lot of benefits to becoming a fairy, and if you ever get that opportunity, I do suggest you take it, but there's a good chance it's all just fantasy. So, well, see you later. Bye.
All right, it's too much fairy talk on this show. Let's get a little more normal here with the voicemails.
Bam! Practice. Congratulations on 600 episodes. 3 good episodes. Call me back.
Nailed it. Thank you, BPG. Hope we see him in Vegas. I got to reach out to him, see what he's doing.
Man, that H3, you didn't really cover it in your episode there, but the guy he tried to take down with his video, Hassan Piker, is also like a huge piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just speaks to how much of a piece of shit Ethan is, that he could have such a clear, easy shot and still fuck it up. Like that Hassan guy's like a champagne socialist. He's like actively encouraging and celebrating terrorism and like having them on these shows. And not even like a joke, you know, like Big put the 18 theme over the Hamas flying onto that music festival. No, he's like legitimately like, oh, these guys are wonderful and kind-hearted people.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Discuss.
All right.
Smooches for all of you.
That's how bad Ethan Klein is. He's just like, I'm going to really expose this guy for what a piece of shit he is. And he is a giant piece of shit. They're like, fuck you, Ethan. That's not good. That should have been an easy one.
You should take it as a compliment how comfortable people are on the phone talking to you. Like, I'm assuming you haven't met a lot of these people, and people really very quickly go into a, hey, Carl, and just start telling you about their day with the ease of an old friend.
Adam, the whole reason why we started the call me back thing is because every voicemail, people were saying, all right, call me back, as if they were leaving a real voicemail to a friend or something. I'm like, I'm not calling anyone back.
What do you wear to school tomorrow?
So that, it's people get very comfortable with me, which is great. I appreciate that.
Oh boy, Carl, Cow Sergeant. The Fae thing is a reference to a very popular young adult series called the Iron Fae series, Iron King series, something like that.
Okay.
It's awful. It's stupid. It's Twilight, but with fairies. And they have an evil fairy and they have a good fairy fighting over a human girl who's very mid and fat, like those girls that you were reviewing. So they're just self-inserting into that stupid shit. It's just the, 2020s era Twilight.
Okay.
Why do I know this?
Yeah, why?
Well, fuck you. I don't read this shit. Just, I've seen it on women's bookshelves. Okay, bye.
All right, Cow Photographer knows a little bit too much about fairies, it turns out. This one's for you, Producer Chris.
Hey, Carl, KFT here. I got to give one out to Producer Chris for the line of the day when he said, at least it looks like all of Iron Maiden. Classic Producer Chris. Producer Chris, sorry. This is to stop since I'm driving. Hey, Carl, this is the kind of stuff that you should be saying, okay? You're the host.
You're right.
Producer Chris is there. He's backing you up, but, man, he's putting them down lately.
You're right.
Carl, you can learn from this, man.
You're right.
Have a great day. Chris, give me a call.
I will.
My number's 911.
Don't call right now. Wait till you get home.
Hey, Carl, Long Irons here. And I was going to call in on
the young old podcast and their terrible vocal fry. But later on in the episode, I heard Rocco doing an impression of Tukey, doing an impression of a trans woman blowing Jimmy Buffett under the pier or Point Pleasant boardwalk. I mean, that's some serious no blank shit right there. That was funny as hell. Tukey World Order. Don't call me back.
Oh, thank you, Ava. So I read this super chat from Ava saying, I'm sorry for badmouthing you guys long ago. I apologize. I forgot who Ava was. Another $10. P.S. I am the trans woman John tried to use this shit on Anthony. Yes. Now I totally remember that. We covered it where John was just like, see, look at how much I care about. And he was just using Ava like as if Ava wasn't a person. Like, see, I'm a good guy and Anthony's a bad guy.
And Ava was a pioneer. They were one of the first people to experience John and all that stuff and then come on the show to talk about it.
Yes. Well, thanks for being here, Ava. And yeah, we'll have you on the show. Reach out to me, WATPshow@gmail.com. Get it set up.
Hey, Carl, the script that you gave me to read on my call has a few typos in it. Did you want me to call back and read that as is, or did you want to send me a rewrite? Just have Chris call me back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Will do. The scripted show that is Who Are These Podcasts? God, I was writing this script all fucking day today.
I can tell.
I know. All right, last voicemail, and then we'll get out of here. 4-hour-long show. This is too long. Never again. Episode 700 will be much shorter than this. I promise you that. The Middler is calling in to roast us. The Middler.
What? I'm the Middler. Despite this being a roast of WATP, I could never acknowledge how horrible this show is. Yet nor could I give it a 5-star review. It's somewhere in the middle. Keep talking about Aaron Imholt and Greg Opie Hughes, and I'm sure it will soon fall out of my purview completely. Happy 600th, Carl. But know that however much effort you put into doing 9 shows per week, you'll never earn a steady 6-figure salary average as a federal government employee. God, I'm afraid.
Well done, the Middler. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Adam, you're fantastic.
Thank you so much. I want to just hold you hostage real fast before we get off. I know everyone wants to leave, but there was a chat earlier that I didn't answer, that I feel bad that I didn't answer. So I just wanted to real quick say that we lost a woman named Michelle Trachtenberg today who was an actress. You know her. You've seen her face before. Even if you didn't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you ever turned on a television or went to a movie, you grew up with her. You saw this face. She was a part of all of our collective childhoods. And I started at Nickelodeon with her and then went to the show called Buffy with her. And it's a very sad and tragic thing that's happened. And it certainly helps put things into perspective. And if anybody's thinking about it at all, just think about these character actors, these people out there that devote their lives at very young ages to entertaining all of you. And if you can... she worked for these charities. One was Declare Yourself, and the other was, I'll find it somewhere and I'll send it to you so you can post it. Think about it. Donate some money if you can. I felt weird doing the show, but I'm glad that I did it because I got to answer that question and say this. So thank you for giving me a minute to do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't do it earlier in the show. We probably should have, but sorry for your losses on that very young 39 years old. Tragic event. But thank you for being here for episode 600. Thank you for being here all the times you're here, Adam. We appreciate you, buddy.
Congratulations to you. I love this show so much, and it's such an honor and a pleasure to be a part of it and to help out the best I can. Congratulations, Chris.
And thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks to Catalano TV for becoming a member. We appreciate that, too.
Thank you, Joey.
I got to go. Bye. I got to go. I